Wow, what a number of photos we've got here. Wow. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How are we, ladies?
Morning. You know what?
Going well. Jay and Leanne, and I know Adaire will be back very shortly. She would have to step out. Now I'm going to hide the logo so that we've got more room on the page. I'm not sure how these look. Oh, beautiful. Right, we're here for our third Lifestyle, Psychic and Wellness Expo. It's a beautiful day here in sunny South Australia. Probably time to do a bit of a weather report around the country because, Jay, you're in?
I'm in Northern Ontario, Canada, and it's nighttime actually here. But it's getting cooler and fall is absolutely upon us now. So, yeah.
Lovely. You'd be heading into the snow soon, wouldn't you?
Pretty soon, yes. I'm not looking forward to it. This 4-letter word here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely beautiful in the photos we seen last year that you posted. And I'm like, oh my God, I so want to get to the snow. But when you're living with it all winter round sort of thing, I guess it takes its toll. So
yes, we always say we have 10 months of winter and 2 months of bad snowmobiling, and that's about it, really, to be honest. But, it's the north, and I'm thankful to be here. We have a beautiful country, and, I choose to be up here, but I like it. So,
yeah,
happy to be here.
And Adaire has just popped in.
Hi. Jay, lovely to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you, Adaire. How are you?
I'm well late to the party as usual, but I'm here.
Better late than not.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
just wanting to ask the rest of you, can you see Adaire in a straight video image or is it crooked? Because I'm seeing her like at an angle like that. It looks a bit weird, so I'm not monitoring my Facebook, so I don't know what it looks like
That
there.
might be just me.
No, it's great here.
It looks all right there. Okay, well, I'll ignore all of that background. It's just lovely to have us all here. And
Well,
we have
I'll put something in the host chat for you, okay?
in the host chat. Where's that? Yes. Oh, the names. Yes, that is a good idea because not everybody knows which one of us is what. It's one of those things because I'm so used to actually having the live stream that I do every morning. It's just me and a set of cards. So I don't need my name. So it's one of those habits that you get into, isn't it?
Certainly.
And I've also got this one that's the crawler thingy for showing Jay's website for those that don't know where to get in touch with Jay. And oops, I didn't do that one right. So for those who thank you for coming along, because we do have some people showing up already. I know in some places it's very early and other places very late, obviously. And we've got Edward here. Looks like, is he from Canada?
Another partner in the house.
Yes.
Hey, Edward.
And Sarah Lee. So, yeah, we'll be getting to those in a minute.
Definitely.
As we know that is main part of the purpose of having this expo. It's really good fun too.
Wow.
Here I'm in the I don't know where that is. Where's that, Jay? Can you help us?
It's northern Manitoba. So I don't know. I think you got to go past Brandon and you keep on going north up there. I know Dauphin, Manitoba actually quite well, but Manitoba is beautiful. And it has the most beautiful lavender fields I've ever seen. So yeah. So welcome, Edward. It's really nice to see you here.
That's great. Yes, it's good to have some of that in context explanation. Thanks, Jay. Charlene's saying, yeah, it's straight on Facebook, so I won't worry about that anymore. And that's in reference to how I'm seeing Adaire at an angle. I have had a few little techie issues. So the thing that, these things, they keep slipping around on the stream. Yes. So just a few more, and then I'll just do a little bit of the housekeeping type side of it, of what we need you to be aware of when watching these types of live streams. And here are some of the readings. And the explanation, it's further north in Dauphin. Is that how you pronounce that? Dauphin? Dauphin? I don't know. So when we're actually doing live stream, it is reliant on the internet connection, of course, and sometimes that does wave in and out. And I'm just going to wonder what one comes up like that. Oh, I'm just changing it around a bit. I thought I'd just do that because I could.
Not to give control to Roz.
I know. I'll put it back.
Too many buttons, Roz.
Oh, it is. Because of the way that we need to set up before we go into doing anything at all like these live streams, there is a process that happens. And I have noticed that with the Facebook having those changes that are coming in, some of it is actually becoming glitchy. So if there is something that happens, please, people, do not panic, and we'll just be back again with either a new link or back in the same live stream, or whatever we need to do. We'll still continue onwards in as smooth a fashion as we can. Okay?
So you know that we are on, sorry, Roz, cutting it.
Yeah, that's all right.
So that we are streaming live from mytimetv.live. And we may be present on other places on the interwebs as well, including other pages on Facebook, like Be Live in 5 and the Talk Show Network and other places. We are also live streamed out to, syndicated out to over 50 channels of TV on demand via the Binge Network syndication program. So if you are watching us on Apple or Roku or Sony or Panasonic, any of those apps, you can come over and join us live as well in the in mytimetv.live, which is the originating place. So thanks, Roz.
That's fine. Thank you. Good explanation. So what we're going to do is Adaire and I will probably drop down and out so that we can leave the reading section here for Jay and Leanne, who are absolute experts at it, and they love doing this too. I mean, I do too, but not quite. Yeah, I'm managing. Yes, I'm doing the back end, so that's my excuse.
You get to take a moment and have a drink.
Yeah, Leanne knows I like to dodge this part anyway. I'm happy with my colours. By myself, no, it's all right. Thank you. So I'll just drop Adaire and I out. So thank you.
I'll see you a bit later.
See you, ladies.
So thank you. Now I've just got to go back. And thank you.
Beautiful. Excellent. Hey, honey, how you going?
Hi. I missed the crap out of you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Same here. I was lying in bed the other morning watching you do one of your lives, and I'm like, oh, I haven't caught up with Jay for so long, so I'm pleased that we can be able to do this together.
It has. It's been really busy, with COVID and everything. I've had to cancel all my shows, but other things have been so busy and really picking up. It's just so nice to see you, and I love doing readings with you. I just love it.
Thank you. I'm honoured to do it with you too, honey.
Yay.
So we need to do it more often, don't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
but let's get started. I'll let you handle the book.
Yeah. So Rosal's got control. So if she wants to bring up a question, or is there anybody you're drawn to straight away, Jay?
I was actually, I was to Zara Lee, and exactly. And the thing is, Zara, right away, I felt different things around you. I didn't know if you had February or November around you for birthdays, anniversaries, passings, or also May, but I felt somebody that passed around the holidays come around you very clearly. They do make me feel that things are going to get better. I think that sometimes we're just misguided, or we think that things are worse than they really are, but they make me get the sense that you're really going to pick things up in a few months, and really you're going to leave the dust behind. So I'm feeling really good about you. I think that you're feeling a little bit insecure and a little bit off kilter. And as a result of that, you don't have the confidence level that you need to think that you can get through something. But girl, I'm going to tell you, you can get through it. So I feel really good for you, Sarah. So don't worry so much. Don't worry so much. Leanne, I'm sure you can expand on that because you're always so good at picking apart people.
Thanks. While you were saying that, Jay, I also felt like that Sarah was putting a lot of pressure on herself. So to me, I just sort of feel like she's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. I just get the reference to there's male energy and spirit around you that is watching over things at the moment. I actually feel like I've got a grandfather figure there for you, honey. So I'm all with Jay. It is very much going to be okay. Just take a moment, nurture yourself, and just take a deep breath, because when you do that, you're going to center your energy and you're going to find that things are going to move a lot easier. Okay. I also want to put the study books in front of you too, honey. So whether you're thinking about picking up study or need to focus on the study. All right. So can I leave you with that, please, honey? And you've got absolutely beautiful energy too. So excellent. Ros, if you just want to pull up a comment, I'm happy to go with the flow for mine or whatever comes up. Excellent. So we've got Madison. Anita Reading just found out I'm pregnant. Congratulations, honey. How exciting. I actually see little boy energy around you, honey. So I don't know if you wanted to know that. I do feel that you're still trying to process things, as well as you are now thinking about how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I believe it's all going to fall into place. I feel like I've got a happy, healthy pregnancy there. Just put you first, honey, okay? And I think everything's going to work out really well. I'm really excited for you.
No, you know what? I don't know if there were some, people that weren't into the relationship when you first started going out with your guy, or if there were jealousies around it, but I feel like all of that's behind you. I also get the sense of June around you. I didn't know if it was June or the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th that was important to you somehow, but I felt a huge connection come through for that. Somebody that died really, really quickly, so they either dropped dead or they didn't wake up, but I get the sense of that also around you, very protected. I don't know if you got a speeding ticket, but if you didn't, don't freaking speed. Oh my God. Slow down, okay, girl? Because I'm going to tell you, I see like tickets, or they could be parking tickets, but I think they're speeding tickets. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Definitely don't need those at this time.
No,
So,
not right now.
I wish Spirit would warn me before I get one. Well, they probably are, but sometimes I choose not to listen, or too busy. So, okay, so we've got Tracy that says she would love a reading. Did you want to have got that one first, honey?
You know what? I'm going to let you go first on that because I know Tracy a little bit.
Okay, perfect. All right. Ooh, okay, honey, I get a little bit of anxiety around you straight away. But I also feel like I've got the intuition with yourself there as well. Okay. Spirit's just making reference to you going through a few changes at the moment. I do feel that it's going to be okay, but I do feel that it's going to push boundaries a little bit as well with that. I keep getting the tension down the neck and the shoulders with you as well, honey. So whether you're carrying a lot of energy there or you need to maintain that area, I actually feel like my neck's quite stiff with that. Would I be right in saying that you've been concerned about your health, or that's been very much on your mind? Okay. I'm not trained in health, but I don't get warning bells go off. I do feel like it's about maintaining it. So you may even be finding that you are just feeling the aches and the pains, or the body's just letting you know that it's unsettled a little bit at the moment. I do get the reference come October, things are going to get a lot easier, and it is about focusing on the forefront, moving forward in that side of it. I keep hearing find your voice. So whether you're needing to speak up or you're not being heard in the way that you need to be, I just feel the throat chakra is a little bit blocked there, honey. All right. So say your bit, leave it with them, and I think things will work out really well. Okay.
Beautiful, Leanne. I know that girl, and she needed to hear that. So yeah, very encouraging. I love Tracy. So thank you, Tracy, for supporting us. You're beautiful inside and out. Liz, right away, I feel either December or March around you, or 3/12/21 or 30. I get the sense of somebody who had a chest or lung problem, could be heart. But the thing is, there's a little bit of a suffering with this before passing. So I wouldn't think it's something that was very quick. Could be that somebody was taking medication for their lungs or taking medication for their heart before they were sick again. But I do get the sense of that, like a worry around something progressing or getting worse. I don't know if there's a back-to-back passing also, but I feel two people that have passed in a very short time come around you. They do make me feel that you're going to be okay, but I don't know if you're pushing yourself a little bit too hard or if you're judging yourself too harshly somehow. They do make me feel if you could let go of that you'd be much further ahead, or, not to be so maybe judgmental. So that's right away, that December, that March, or the 3/12/21 or 30 of any month, so strong. So I want to thank you so much, Liz. I don't know if you wanted to add something, Leanne.
No, I just kept getting, the male figure. Okay, it was Dad that passed with the lungs because I got the male figure around it, but I feel like he puts the butterflies around you, honey. So to me, it's the feeling of spirit giving you the signs through the butterflies. Okay, just sending our love. Beautiful. Trinity would love a reading and some guidance. Okay, honey. I just keep hearing, you've got a lot going on around you. I keep wanting to put the coins around you, so I don't know what the coins mean to you. I actually feel like it's something from spirit in the sense of looking at the financial side of stuff as well. So whether you're starting to save or you're looking at the savings at the moment. I also get the study is there, but I also look at the relationships side of stuff as well. Excuse me. Would I be right in saying you're in a new relationship, or there's a relationship being put in front of you at the moment? Because I just feel like you need to take a step back and see the bigger picture. So whether you're a little bit too trusting at the moment or you're too keen to jump in, I just feel that it is about slowing things down and looking at the bigger picture rather than jumping and then stepping back and looking in that sense, okay? So whether you jump into things way too quickly and then sort of question yourself why, I just get the reference to it's time to slow down at the moment and look at the bigger picture, okay? So I get things will work out fine there as well, all right? So lots of love to you, honey. Beautiful energy too. Got so many beautiful souls joining us today. I love it.
Charlene, I do. You know what? I absolutely do. And I was reading Liz's comments, and definitely Dad passed with lung issues. She does confirm that. And she indicates that she is too hard on herself. And Zara thanks us as well. And Tracy said that you were bang on. Absolutely right. Yes.
Thank you.
So, yeah, see, she doesn't stop. And So, see, you're so right. And so I'm so happy to hear that. Now, I don't know whose comment we had up there. Let me see. There, Shirley. Right away, and I don't know if you feel this, Leanne, like a very, very sudden passing, January or October or number one somehow. So number ones for me are either the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of any month, or even names starting with a letter A or J or S as in Sam. So the thing is, there's a really strong feeling around that. There's really good news coming out. It's almost like I feel like celebrations around you somehow, or some kind of get together that's coming up that's important. Somehow to the family, or important to you, or to your sense of being, I guess, or belonging. So they make me feel important to attend that, or to recognize it. So if you're not able to go for whatever reason, just know that you're very, very missed if you don't go. I don't know, Leanne, if you felt anything around Charlene, but that's what I was getting. Very strong, quick passing, very quick.
Yep. Well, the moment you started reading how I kept getting the heart, the chest sort of thing, my heart went really heavy with that. So I want to say sudden heart attack. I don't feel necessarily there was warning signs. I just feel like it was quite instant with that.
Yeah.
So, and I do feel like I've got a male energy, honey, around you. So who passed to the heart attack that is a male energy for you? Okay. And I get the number 2. So whether it's been in the last couple of years or like the second of the month or February is the way the numbers work with me. Okay. I did just notice that Liz says there, thank you for her reading. She is very hard on herself, but she doesn't know how to change, but she is trying. So, honey, I think the very first step that I'm drawn to for your energy is know when you're doing it, pull yourself up and change that mindset. Just take a deep breath. Acknowledge the thoughts that are coming up and the patterns, because I do feel it's very much connected around the old patterns. Just allow yourself to be in that moment. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am me, sort of thing. You don't have to be carrying that energy. All right. It's old habits that just need to be broken, but keep up the good work. All right. So sending you luck with that. Roz, I would like to be great to have a live stream spread out. Thank you, Roz. If people would like to help us spread the love, invite your friends and family to join in, and they can ask their questions too. Kat, ladies would like info read. Would you like to do Kat? Because I know Kat.
Actually, I was right away feeling the month of May around you, Kat. I don't know if it's like May for birthdays, for anniversaries, or for passings, or the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of any month. I don't know if you can relate to that. And I can see the comments on the side here, but you have really strong attachment around you and somebody with very strong opinions. I got to tell you, I feel that right away. I don't know if there were disagreements around you as of late, but they do make me feel like to put those aside, or there were disagreements that come back from the past. So it's almost like, you argue about something, but it's because you haven't finished the last one, so it's always the same thing. If that is not you, it's around you very, very strongly. They make me feel like you're listening to this. So the thing is, I would just put that into perspective. They make me feel that there's a lot of love between these two people, that really it's just misunderstanding, or I think it's just to appreciate each other a little more. But I think that, with a little bit of elbow grease, I think that relationship is really worth, working out or working on. So they do talk about that. So I have to tell you what I was hearing.
Yeah, beautiful. So I'm wondering if it's actually the relationship with her ex-husband around their son, sort of thing, working on that. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Charlene's just letting us know that her dad was born in February, past 2018, of emphysema. So that would be the chest. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So please, honey, know he's around you. All right. So sorry, Roz, I jumped back to that question. I think we had Edward next. Anything you might have for me, being very welcome. Oh, okay. Now, I get a very busy mind with you, Edward. I feel like you're very much a thinker. I also get look at the planning at the moment. So I feel like I'm focusing over the next 2 years. So whether there's a big project or something you're wanting to put in place, I get now is the time to do the focus around that, okay? I have a female figure in spirit around you, and I do feel like I want to go mum's side of the family, but I'm very much drawn to her mum, so your grandmother in that side of it. I keep seeing the angel wings around her, and I feel like she wraps you in her wings in that sense. So whether somebody makes reference to her being that angel in spirit, or she's claiming angel status, but I get a very beautiful self-loving energy in that. I also get look at the right leg at the moment, so whether you get a little bit of pain in that upper right leg towards the thigh area, I just feel that I've got some muscles coming that is connected basically around the base of the spine. So whether you've got a disc that's pinching or the sciatica nerve type feeling, don't feel like it's quite sciatica though. I get the reference to them in that area with that side of it. So yeah, just maintain your body at the moment. Be easy on yourself. So I feel you put a lot of pressure on yourself as well, honey. Okay, so can I leave you with that, please? Beautiful. All right.
He mentioned he was way further north than Dauphin, Manitoba, and Dauphin, Manitoba is pretty north. So he is where it's extremely cold.
Oh my goodness, that's probably why the leg's hurting. The cold.
Oh,
weather.
yes. Yes.
Excellent. Mikia, is that how you say that? Mikia?
Mi-
Sorry, I
Mi-
think I said it wrong.
Mika?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hopeless when it comes to names sometimes.
I'm terrible too. You know what? I just am. And you know what? When you say you feel uncomfortable with your job, I'm going to tell you, usually that's a sign to move on. And that's the way I think about things. I always feel that spirit brings us situations and bring us the things that we need to feel around our jobs so that we have that motivation to move on. So in other words, if you're always feeling uncomfortable around your job or you're not liking it, or there's people that you really just don't like around you, or the energy's just not there, it's because you don't belong there. And so the thing is, if you're uncomfortable with your current job and you don't need to stick it out or move, you've already changed your energy field around you and you're moving. This way I'm thinking, because the thoughts too there. So you're a creator. You don't have to have kids to create your future. You just have to have a really good imagination. So I think that you're in place to start creating yourself a really good situation. I would take my time with it, of course, because you don't want to mess up a good thing. But I think that if you really apply yourself, that you would be able to move on and be much happier somewhere else. And make sure that's something that really interests you rather than jumping from the frying pan into the fire and getting the same kind of boring job or one that doesn't really motivate you.
Yeah. And it's funny because I feel like there's really positive things coming with that change down the track. So
Yeah.
it is about moving forward. Kat's just saying that she yes, absolutely, to the reading you did for her. And thank you, ladies. Beautiful.
Right.
Welcome. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Poor Mika's having so much trouble.
Yeah.
But yes, you're absolutely right. You know, sometimes these changes cause better things to come ahead because the thing is, you're not supposed to be there. When things don't go right day after day and you're feeling so terrible, for me, it's because the energy's not there for you. It's time to make a change somehow. And it's hard for us sometimes to stretch and to do these things, you know, but really and essentially when we do, that's when our lives start to change and we start to notice that there's so many great things moving ahead for us, you know? And so I think you're absolutely right when you said that, Leanne.
Yeah. And I think maybe a suggestion Makia could try is while she's looking at making that change, try to reflect that energy back so you don't take it on, honey. So you're not physically feeling it. You just go there, you do what you need to do, but you don't have to take that and carry that energy in that sense because that's tied in, that's exhausting at the same time. But be active in finding that new position. Okay. Beautiful. I always say see it, think it, feel it, see it, like live it, sort of thing. So
Absolutely. And you know, Jane, right away, there's a couple different things. I don't know if there was ever a fire in your family when you were younger, or if there's something to do with fire, but if not, there's April, August, or December in spirit that comes around for birthdays, anniversaries, or passings, but people that have passed away. I would think somebody that had cancer or disorders of the blood or something wrong with the kidneys or liver right away is what I get, and like a sense of being ill for a while. So this is not somebody that would have died very quickly. This is somebody that would have suffered, and I think they would have had permission to die, you know, told that they could die, that kind of thing. So it makes me feel like a long, drawn out process to this passing. This person is very happy to have gone through. They saw their dog very first thing, and I think it was big for them to have their dog around them. The first thing they see when they pass, because they were close to a dog. So that's how I feel. But that's what I'm getting. And I'm sure, Leanne, I could see that you're getting something because I can feel you from Canada.
Yeah, it's funny because when you say cancer, I got the reference to two. So I don't know if there was somebody that had cancer and was cleared and then had secondary cancer, or if there were two people that had cancer, but very much drawn around the cervix area with the cancer, with that side of it. So I'm not sure if I'm picking up on the same person with the two cancers or there are two people there around her in that sense. All right, so that was all I was sort of wanted to add to that. Thank you, honey. And Edward is just letting us know that awesome and super accurate, dead on. Thank you so much appreciated. Beautiful. Sorry, Ross. All right, thank you, honey. And next we have Mia. Good morning. I'm having a really rough day. Oh, honey, just take a step back. I just get the reference to it as the feeling that the moment the feet hit the floor, that things have been hard in that sense. Keep in mind that energy has been a bit crazy for a lot of us lately, and I do feel that your intuition levels are quite high as well. So you may be feeling the energetic level and the changes going on in the universe with that. But I just feel like take a moment, take a breath, ground yourself. I'd even say go to the extent of sitting and stopping and doing a meditation just to bring that balance back in, okay? You can change that energy, all right? It's just about letting go of the old and focusing on that new stuff that's coming in. But I do feel your day will get better as it's going on, okay? Tomorrow's a better day. Okay, thank you. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that one, hon?
Well, with Mary, yeah, I was feeling just a sense of September around around her. So I wasn't sure if it was somebody that passed in September or somebody that was born in September that that's coming through, but a very strong sense of number nines. And if not, it could be the 9th of any month, the 18th, or the 27th of any month for birthdays, for anniversaries, or for passings. But Mary was getting that very strongly. So just to add on to that, you know, and I feel really good with what Leanne told you, but I would just reinforce that. But I just feel that number 9 always around. So just to let you know that.
Beautiful. And Jamie's just saying ex-wife had cancer now.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's difficult, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mika, that you're in physical pain. It's not easy when you're in pain like that all the time, but make sure, you know, that you try to follow what you should just to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. I understand pain, the physical pain side of it is quite exhausting. But I think the more we focus on that, the more energy that goes into that as well. So for me, I've lived with chronic pain for quite a few years now. But I'm fortunate when I do this work, Jay, that, and you probably feel the same, that you let go of your physical body in a sense. You let go of that pain, so I get that relief. But it's also listening to the body and maintaining it in that sense, finding that balance that works for you, hun, because everybody is different.
Yes, absolutely. It's true. You know, look at this Sarah Lennon. I love her picture. It's so beautiful, by the way, Sarah. So New Zealand, look at that. I feel comfortable in my living situation, but I feel it should be here because my step-parent is passing of cancer. And the thing is, you know what, sometimes we do feel like that, like we feel obligated to stay there and to help. And, you know, that may be your role right now, but I don't know if I don't know if you're going to be moving there permanently. Like if you had to ask me something like that, I wouldn't really get that, you know. Sarah, I don't know if you have like a January or October around you as well, but I have a very strong sense of that. I don't know if somebody had like 2 canceled appointments around you just recently, but they do make me feel there was something to do with that just recently, and to pay attention to at least one of those. One's not so important, so it could be like just a hair or nail appointment or something like that. But just to watch around one of the appointments to make me feel really important to stay on top of that, you know. Leanne, I don't know if you're feeling anything, but that's basically all I pick up with Sarah.
Yeah, I just get the feeling with her energy, just stop and breathe, honey. I just sort of feel like you're holding your breath at the moment, whether it's that sort of feeling out of balance or just the feeling of being uncomfortable with what's going on. But I'm a big believer in you need to do what you can live with, honey. All right. So, and I quite often say that to a lot of people, even in people with relationships that are still here, like my family's had some stuff going on lately, and I keep saying to my mum, you just needed to do what you are comfortable with and the way that it honours you and that person's relationship. So the rest doesn't matter. That's my feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so sending you lots of love and strength too, honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah, it would be appointments for you, darling. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just reading
Focusing
her
on you.
comment. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would think so. If not, someone very close to you, but they would be feel to pay attention to at least one of those appointments. Okay. So yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And it's funny because Sarah's also putting there that yes, she does forget to breathe. And I know that sounds weird, but we do. We kind of hold our breath. And I know I do it myself sometimes, especially when you're in pain, sort of thing. The body needs that oxygen. It needs more. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
I love a little doggy there in the picture. That is so cute.
Yeah, just a little puppy.
Yeah, beautiful.
I love
energy.
it. He looks like he's smiling. Oh, Nita, what a cute little name. Right away, I don't know if you have any W names around you, like Walter or William or Willie or Wanda. If not, they show me the number 23 around you. But they make me feel important and mention to you. Let me do that again. To you, they make me feel really important to mention that. Now, I don't know if somebody suffocated or if there was a lack of oxygen or difficulties around lungs, like end of life, fluid, that kind of thing. But someone makes me feel that, they suffered that before passing. So I would think that the system shut down. They were aware of it, but they're not upset. Most people do not remember passing. Nita, I do think that things are going to go a little bit better next year for you than they did for the last year and a half. I do feel things getting a little bit lighter.
Beautiful. Excellent. All right. Thank you, Nita. I've read for Nita a few times. She joins in on our Wednesday night lives.
Okay. I love her name.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? She's got lovely
So
energy.
cute. Nita.
Yeah. All right. Sylvia, can I have a reading, please? I would love to know my uncle. Oh, okay. Yes, I get a cheeky smile with that energy coming in very strongly around you, honey. So would I be right in saying there was a real cheeky side to him? I feel that you and him could bounce off of each other. He knows that he's missed, but I do feel that you talk to him at times or the memories pop into your head. He shows me that's his soul with you at that time. He's got his hand on his heart, which is my sign for love and pride for yourself as well. But I also feel like I'm focusing around the heart, the lungs, the chest area with his passing. So whether he had some health issues around there. I keep seeing February around you too, honey. So whether he passed in February or the February is connected to you, but he just wants me to acknowledge February rather than the second he gave it to me as February. Okay. Did you have anything you want to add to that one, hon? Because I can see the numbers floating around your head all of a sudden.
Well, they were starting to float around my head all of a sudden. I just got a pattern of 159 for her. So January, October, May, and September's. But they do make me feel there's something to do with that very important mention. They do come around for birthdays especially, and chocolate cake. So I had to mention it.
Yeah. Oh, I love chocolate cake.
Yeah, I love chocolate cake too.
Yeah. There's nothing like a good hard day of reading and having the sugar at the end of the ground.
Once in a while, nothing wrong with it.
That's it, exactly. We need our little treats. All right, beautiful. Now, who do we have next? I see my mum's here and watching as well. Hey, Mum.
Oh, that's your mom.
They celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary yesterday.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. And do you have any Aprils around you, Margaret? April
in the way of birthdays not coming to mind.
Birthdays, anniversaries, or passings, or the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st? Have any months?
I think the 22nd rings a bell. If I remember correctly, that's around her mum.
Okay, but like right away I get like number 4s around her. So if it's not April being the 4th month, it would be the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of any month.
Well, the 22nd is Mum's birthday of November.
Okay, yeah. So definitely have a connection that comes through for her right away. They make me feel really happy. And I don't know if there were like roosters around when you were a kid, but I'm hearing roosters crowing.
Oh, we had roosters as adults. I'm pretty sure they did as like us as kids. I'm pretty sure they did as children as well. I've got a funny feeling her brother that's just passed on the 4th as well.
Oh, on the 4th. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's the number 4 that it equals. 1 + 3 is 4, 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 1 is 4. So that's why I mentioned it. But someone's talking about being around roosters. So they must have had roosters around when they were younger. But I hear roosters. Yeah.
My grandparents' house when I was a kid.
Look, Uncle Arthur was April
He's
also.
11, and he would have been the 4th of the passing as well. Sort of thing. So, but yeah, they had a chook shed down the back of Pa's property when we were young kids, so they grew up there for years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Margaret, was there a fire too also when you were younger?
Yes.
They talk about like a fire. Whose fire was it?
Mum got burnt as a young adult with fumes while Dad was laminating the kitchen.
Yeah, because they talk about like burn or like fire. You know what I mean? So they talk about, how old was she? Like
Mum,
9 or 10?
I'm not sure if one happened back then, but Mum would have been probably very early 20s when she got burnt.
Oh, so really? Okay, so I understand. Okay. And is there something to do with like kidney problems around?
Her brother that just passed was waiting for a kidney transplant.
So that's him.
Yeah,
because he's talking about kidneys like right away, but he comes around and he's laughing because he makes me feel there's something to do with fire, and then he's laughing about these.
Oh, he was a firefighter.
Okay, so I understand.
Yeah, and it's funny because there's been all this. What would be the best word to put it? There was a fight over the body. There's problems with the wheels and all that stuff.
He doesn't really care about that because he didn't really care about it while he was here, anyways.
Yeah, but it was funny though. And that's exactly right. He didn't. But it was funny because while they were trying to get the body and organise the funeral, Mum just said, "I bet he's sitting back laughing at us."
He is.
So that's what came to my mind when you said about
He's laughing because he's laughing, and he's talking about that. And did somebody shoot their dog?
Dad's had to put a couple down. Yeah, my dad.
Okay, he's got those dogs with him, but they were shot.
Yeah. Well, he used to, Uncle Arthur used to train greyhounds many years ago when he was in early adulthood. So I wouldn't be surprised if something had to happen there.
Did somebody ever collect those little African heads? They shrinking heads with like sewn mouths. You know how they do that?
Okay. Yeah, possibly. I'm not too sure. It doesn't come to mind.
Is there anybody that did voodoo?
Not that I know of. Not in Mum's side of the family. Mum might have more of an idea.
Someone's showing me that. It's really weird.
Yeah, wow.
That's interesting. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Yeah. But that's coming through, Margaret, right away. So don't worry. They got through the other side okay. I don't know if you had pork chops or just some kind of steak or whatever, but they make me feel that they were around for dinner just last 2 or 3 days. It looks really good anyways. So she must be a good cook, your mom.
She can be.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to cream puffs and pavlovas, Mum.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll let you do this one if you like, because I know Deb, and then I'm going to have to jump out and Roz will jump in. My daughter has to go to work, unfortunately.
Perfect, not a problem. Debbie, it's really nice, to be able to read for you. I'm going to tell you right away, I get this. I don't know if you have August around you or 8, 17, or 26, but they make me feel something to do with August. If not August, it could be April, but we stick to August because they make me me feel like mid-year, which is kind of almost like mid-year more than April would be. I don't know if you had someone around you that died very suddenly, but that comes through immediately. Either it dropped dead or didn't wake up. I hate to say it like that. They make me feel that you can be pretty funny sometimes, or you look at things like in a humorous way, which is pretty good. Sometimes you do have to have that sense of humor to get through life, because life can be tough sometimes. I don't know if there's a loan or some kind of agreement or banking that you're doing very soon. They make me feel like there's something good coming from it, or like not to worry so much around finances, because I think everything's going to be all right. I don't know if somebody had like problems with ovaries or infertility, maybe. I'm not sure.
Overactive ovaries. Debbie has triplets that were born in August.
Oh, that's okay. So that's why. But they talk about that. So be careful. She just had triplets.
The triplets would be about 25, 26.
Oh, so they're old now.
Yeah.
Older triplets. Okay, good. Thank freaking God. But they do talk about August being important for birthdays, anniversaries, passing. And I'm just wondering if she has her grandfather's name with one of the kids, or like a male thought to it, like an uncle or something. But they make me feel like there's something to do with that, like a name of honor for a male. But Debbie, things are going to get a little bit better, and they make me feel like, I don't know if you picked up a recipe book or a new recipe, but it looks pretty good. So I don't know what you're cooking, good looking, but keep on doing what you're doing.
And lots of love to you, Debbie. So Debbie's been a very old friend of the family. She's like a sister. So beautiful. All right, honey. Well, I'm going to have to love you and leave you with Roz. It's been lovely to hang out again. We have to set some time up and do this again.
Yeah, I'd love to. You take care of yourself. So nice to see you, Leanne.
Thank you, honey. Bye.
See you, Roz. Bye.
See you, Leanne. And I'm just wondering.
No, we can't keep her out.
Wow.
She's so cute. I just love her.
Look, it really is. The technology is being very interesting at my end of it at the moment, because now you're sideways, though you're leaning that way on my street.
Honestly,
and
I'm
I know
very
it's
straight.
Yeah, I know it's absolutely perfect on the actual live stream. So there's just something that's happening on my end. So hopefully it doesn't fade out or disappear completely or anything. But I did warn people at the start. There's possibilities. Who knows? So it's wonderful. Yeah, there's the comment from Nita as well. I was going to put up there. So thank you, ladies. She understands what you're saying.
Oh, good. And if not, W number 23 of any month. Okay, so 2 + 3 is 5. Yes. All right.
Yes. So
yes.
Oh, looking good with that. Yes.
I love it.
And we've got another one next is Emma. So hi, lovely ladies. Hope you're well. And is there any message from Spirit for her?
I do. I feel something right away. If I could, Roz, I get something to do with the month of May, or the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd. They also talk about September around you, or the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th of any month. And when they make me feel really good, I don't know if you were discouraged like the last 3, 4 months, 5 months. And I know with all this COVID going on, the pressures are around us a little bit more. And especially if you have kids and going to school and doing all of these things, that they make me feel rather protected around you. So I'm not really worried about you whatsoever. They do make me feel that you're going to be okay. Spirit comes around you quite often, and the children, and they do make me feel that you speak to someone or you ask for somebody for favors, which is really nice. I don't know if you just had ice cream last couple of days, but I keep on seeing ice cream. I don't know what kind, to be very honest, but they make me feel that they were around that just last 2 or maybe 3 days, and they make me feel that you have a beautiful family. So thank you so much, Emma, for coming on and for joining us here today. It was so great to see you.
Yes, thank you, Emma, for your question. It's good. And another one's popped up there from Taylor. She'd love to have a message too as well.
Aww.
Thanks. I know I'm going to be leaving these to you, Jay.
That's okay. You know what? I'm okay with that.
Good.
Taylor, I absolutely love your name. First of all, it's beautiful. I don't know if you have a February or November connection or connections to number 2, like the 2nd of any month, the 11th, 1 + 1 is 2, the 20th, 2 + 0 is 2, or the 29th of any month, 2 + 9 is 11, 1 + 1 is 2. But they make me feel there's a very strong connection to that coming through. They also make me feel that there's a spirit that passed away a number of years ago around you. So I would think that somebody's been following you since you're very young. So maybe somebody that died a couple years before you were born, or maybe a couple years after you were born. But I would think it's not somebody that you remember clearly or that you would really have a remembering of. So for instance, my grandfather passed when I was 3. The only thing I really remember of my grandfather was him sleeping on a sofa. And other than that, I don't really remember anything of a relationship with him or any other memories for that matter. So they do make me feel somebody that maybe you would really be aware of, but you definitely have a lot of spiritual protection around you. So keep on doing the good works that you're doing. They make me feel that you're going to do good in life, that you just really need to apply yourself and not worry so much, sweetie. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. And
what a cute name.
It is, isn't it? I love how it's spelled.
Isn't that pretty? All these
lovely
nice
spelling.
Yeah. I got stuck with Joseph and Yvonne, like what the hell? And so that's why I call myself Jay,
I remember watching one of your live streams a while back now, I suppose. That was probably when you did explain how you got your name given and all the rest of it. I mean, we all have stories, don't we?
We do.
And I suppose because I haven't always liked my name when I was a kid because, like, I'm the second of a twin. And so my name wasn't planned or anything. It wasn't something that was carefully thought over. It was, I wouldn't say a throwaway, but it just, the combination of the two names sounded okay together with the surname, and it's not one I liked. But I've gotten used to it now. Like Boundy is actually okay.
I love your
I've shortened
it. It flows beautifully,
Yeah, it does. Not Ross.
So Emma did have ice cream last night. Look at that.
I was just putting that one up. I was just trying to find it, and the list just went and popped up. Where is it? Oh dear, there. Yeah, she did actually have
that. Yeah,
and she
last 3-4 days, and then Taylor says my birthday's is November. My grandpa passed when I was 14. You're very welcome. Yeah. She's so sweet. Yeah. Look at her. Yeah, definitely connection to that February, November coming through for sure. Yeah. Aw.
Yes. So now that we've actually come to the end of the list. It's looking, it'd be wonderful for people to just continue to spread out the love around. We have got a few more hours that we're going to be live, not with Jay, unfortunately, because Jay does have her own timeline and limit. We've come up close to the hour that we were planning with Jay. So in that respect, I suppose that the list as such of what comments are coming in is perfectly timed in some respects. I'm just wondering, Jay, before you go, what sort of an energy are you feeling around at the moment? Because even with moving into and planning and organising the back end of this, as you know, events take a lot of organising and getting a team together and having, the jigsaw pieces clicking together. And I've sort of felt that lift of the energy around what we've had as restrictions and a lot more people going out and about and being social again, being physically present with each other. So I'm assuming that there probably is that sort of an influence around this event. If people aren't wanting to sit in front of their computers for great lengths of time or in front of their phones even for that matter. What's your ideas around that before you go?
Well, I think that the world has changed a bit, Roz, and that, my job, I used to, do a lot of touring, and I'd go and I'd do shows. I'm more or less like a platform medium, I guess they call it. And that's all changed. And I find myself entertaining people on the internet now. And so the thing is, I do shows on the internet. People are, sitting in front of the computer, I think a little bit more, anyways, in Canada they are, because like all the news, everything is just like right there. And people are following so many different interesting stories, especially in North America, because we've got lots of things going on up here. But at the end of the day, I do believe that people are connecting more and more. In January, I had an interview with Marcos Papadopoulos from Digital Journal in New York. And he and I had spoken a couple of years ago because I had told him that digitally, I felt that people would be using video quite a bit. When I started doing video readings, I have a business called videopsychicadvice.com from years ago. And, I used to do video readings and email them to people. And people just absolutely did not want to be on video. And now with, when I'm doing my shows on Tuesday through my Be Live, I have sometimes 20 people signed on, ready to come on to the live, just wanting to, have that presence and have that interaction. So I find there's a lot more of that. So I think shows like this are really great. They get people connected all over the world, which is wonderful because you're in Australia and I'm here. And I think it's wonderful that we could, collaborate with all these like-minded people to join all these forces and energy together. I think it's great. I think you guys do a wonderful job. That's why people are coming back.
Yes, yeah. I do find the video does tend to, like the video connection does tend to add that extra because
it does, because
body language and everything is so much more important when you're communicating. You can actually see that feeling in a way.
Yes,
I'm just me talking with my hands.
That's right. Well, in French, shall we do that?
You do. Yes. Yeah, I understand. Not that I know very many French people, but I do understand. No, look, it really is great connecting with you again. Love having you to our show. So happy to join in, that you're joining in, and starting off the energy with creating that feel around what we're doing. I know that there is another one who is, I've just decided to look at the comment stream again. I did take my eyes off it. So did we do a reading for Debbie? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah,
have a message for me. So that was one. I'm just a bit slow at the moment. So okay. I think what we might do is transition over, because we do have our next guest who is waiting in the wings, so to speak, if we were actually on a stage. Which, have you ever done stage work, Joe?
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm platform media. Well, that's what we consider it. Audiences of anywhere from 20 to 1,200 people.
Wow. Yeah, I bet that's a wonderful feeling to actually have that energy in physical.
I love it.
And so it will get back to that, because what we're experiencing definitely has a time limit. It's not going to last forever, as far as the restrictions, and global travel will once again be able to get moving. So look forward for the next time that we can catch up again, whether it's like this or in any other way. We'll see, won't we? Is there anything that you'd like to mention that you've got coming up that you definitely want to, promote? And
actually, yes, we have the Spiritual Excellence Halo Awards, in which I'm going to be the guest medium. So I'm super excited about that, on October 3rd. And October 16th and 17th, I'm part of a lovely group of Canadian mediums, and we're doing a Canadian Mediumship Summit, which is going to be really interesting. And we have some great people. We have, I don't know if you remember Jackie Dennison from the Rescue Mediums. It's going to be on. She does her shows in Canada. We have a wonderful lineup of really amazing spiritual leaders in their fields. So we're all getting together and we're doing a 1.5-day summit. And for those who want to learn a little bit more about this business and want to get, advanced in starting either platform mediumship, such as I do, like the stage work, or a mediumship type of business. So we're really
Wonderful.
excited.
Yeah, that's an area I haven't taken up yet. Not too chicken.
Yeah. Well, it's not just around that, but I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah. It's easy enough video-wise, like behind a screen, because I'm not out in front. I really feel like this is just fun. I think I'd be shaking at the knees if I was standing on a platform, on a stage. But thank you so much, Jay, for joining us. And next time we'll catch you again, hopefully. And that'll depend on what's timing, scheduled, and all the rest of it, doesn't it? So, but we'll certainly be in touch again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roz, and thank Adaire and everybody in Leanne.
I'll be bringing Adaire up.
Yes.
Just so that she can
love you guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
You take care too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Looks like it's interesting seeing some of the little bits of time delays in how things are happening at the moment. And I shall unmute Adaire so that can be heard.
Did you do that on purpose? Oh, isn't that amazing? You girls just blow me away with the help that you give people. All of you, Jay, and yourself, are just amazing. And those readings, he's looking at the comments going, they're on point, they're spot on, they are really, just pretty amazing. So...
And I'm just wondering, have we got an echo? If anyone who is viewing, if you could let us know if there is an echo there. I'm hearing one and I've changed nothing. So besides unmuted you were there. So can you hear one or not?
I can't hear an echo. If you can hear an echo, it's usually on the person's side that isn't hearing the echo. So I'll just turn this down a little bit. I do have some other tabs open.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that's actually...
We do have our next guest on as well. So I'm just going to hide that. Oopsie. I'm trying to get the scroller bar off, which didn't work. Isn't it fun technology?
I love it.
Because Adaire can't see what's my end. I'm trying to, it's not working.
Can you do a refresh, Roz?
That one does show there. So what was that, Adaire?
Do a refresh.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll bring our next guest, Malcolm, up. Are you ready, Malcolm?
Too bad if it's not.
And you should get the notification. You're coming up. Good. So how are you? I'll leave you with Adaire while I do a refresh at my end, okay?
Good. Are we there? G'day.
Hey, how are you?
You sound like your voice from heaven at the moment.
Oh, really? Coming down a long tunnel?
Big echo. It makes it sound like about 30 people in the room with you.
I'm just going to shut some tabs down.
Okay. My chickens have just decided to go absolutely nuts the last 10 minutes while I've been trying to set this up.
Well,
we've been listening to the last guest, and they've just been going crazy, but just that very second they stopped. So they know when they're on TV.
I love it because that's like, this is real, real life. Is that better? Is the echo gone now?
That's much better, yeah.
Okay, so I've had some tabs open. I've just shut them now. Sorry. And here's Roz again.
I'll still mute and go out of the visual whilst you are doing your thing with Malcolm. I'm looking forward to this because I like permaculture.
Good.
I'm looking forward to this because I've got no idea what we're doing. However, I know we've been on my time TV.live together a few times now, so we just roll with it, don't we?
Yep, we just go with the flow. Yeah.
So just, I guess, by way of introduction, you're actually the first permaculturist or gardener that we've actually had on the expo. This is our third expo that we've done online, and I've been really keen to have someone that's, you know, sort of, we've got a whole scope of range of different aspects of life, and what you do has fascinated me for a very long time. So I thought, rather than me introduce you, we can have a bit of a conversation about, because I sort of know a little bit about you, but if you could share with us what it is that sort of got you into doing what you're doing, the size of the block that you're working with, and sort of how it sort of evolved, like in 20 words or less. Oh, I'm joking. You can take as long as you like.
Money. That's the answer to all of those questions. We started off because we were going broke, and they were cutting pensions and things like that when the last government got in. And we decided we just got to do a lot of it for ourselves. So we have a small block. It's only about 70 square meters of garden, and we grow all our veggies and most of our medicinal plants in here as well, and chooks and algae and bacteria and all different kinds of stuff. And it's just evolved from simple ideas. We just follow through. Try everything once. If it doesn't work, try it again. If it doesn't work.
Make adaptations. So how long have you been doing this for, Malcolm?
Since 2015, October 2015, we bought the house, and at that time it was just an empty block, just nothing in the garden besides weeds. Okay,
so and I'm sure you're going to take us on a bit of a tiki tour, but just
a bit of a tour, genetic,
Just I love touring your garden, but just for context, you have your background is not in permaculture.
No, I did natural medicines. I met my wife when we were doing that, and then we had I did a degree in environmental management and geographic information systems and internet research. That's my background. And Jelena, she's 2 master's degrees in business and arts and a PhD. So we're
Has
more
she done a PhD yet? That's done.
Don't know. Still going.
Okay. Is that one of those things like don't mention the war?
You can even buy T-shirts with that on there. Don't talk to me about my PhD. You know.
I can imagine, because it was been a long time coming, but I'm sure it'll be worth it when it actually happens. So let's just slide the conversation a little bit back to the permaculture. Roz has asked the question, did you do any prior study around permaculture before you started doing what you do, which was actually my next question. So Roz is like totally in my head.
Just a few books, reading what was coming out. I got interested in it back in the 80s, but I've never done a design course or anything like that. I've never had that amount of money together in one hit to be able to focus on something like that. So I've just learned, and basically one of the first principles is to observe and interact. So I just sat back and watched and learned what went where and looked at other people's gardens and things and stole their ideas. So
I love it.
Like I say, nothing's original anymore. So
no. So what I'm going to do now is I've got your page up. Roz may share your page as well, and we will go for a little tiki tour. Here we go.
Writing up on the blog about getting ready for summer, getting the garden ready for summer, and I'm doing a workshop with the Gawler Environment Centre next weekend. Online workshop, getting people's gardens up and ready for the heat when it comes.
So this is great.
So that's our Facebook page. How do I get the chats down?
Sorry?
On the screen. I can't see how that works. How do I get rid of the chat messages on the screen? Because I can't see what you're putting up there.
Oh, yes, because you're on your phone, aren't you?
Yeah.
So now
that's our Facebook page.
Just got your Facebook page.
We also have a blog, which is just theguygarden.online, and that gives us a lot more information.
Okay, let's pop over there while we are live, and we can have a look at the, there we go. Fish gut soup. Sounds delicious. There we go. A great way to convert smelly scraps into odorless fertilizer. Do I still have you there, Malcolm? No, I don't. Malcolm's gone. Please come back, Malcolm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Roz, if you can hear me. There we go. Malcolm's back again. No, he's not. I can't see him or hear him, Roz. So can we get you to maybe refresh?
No, I can't either. So I'll pop that aside so that it doesn't hold up the screen. Yes, if Malcolm can refresh or log out, come back in again.
Yeah, so if he's on, he's fine. You'll just need to log out and come back in again.
Yeah.
On that.
Come back. He's coming back. You're done.
I don't know what happened. I reached
No,
for
that's all right. This is, you know, we're actually in the middle of a changeover process with Facebook from what they call the classic view to the Facebook 5. So it's a 5th version, iteration of formatting for Facebook. And what we're looking at here with your page is the new version, the classic version is being decommissioned. So, and Malcolm's gone again. But along with that, we end up with...
That's the new version, is it?
Oh, I can hear you, but I can't see you. There you are. Okay.
I just got lost, yeah.
You just got lost. Go back! I keep forgetting that when you drop down or when we've just got one on screen, I can hear you, but I can't see you in the...
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. So, well, let's go on.
I'll just get this out.
But I am interested where you were saying with your spirulina. I'd love to know a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So,
we'll go in the back in a minute and do that, but we'll just go for a little walk around the garden first.
Yep. So, Roz, if you could just drop out that, and yep, she's got it. Beautiful. And we'll let you lead the way.
I'm presented solo, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, and we can see your video.
Can you still hear me?
Yes. Can hear
Yes,
you well.
both of us
You can. Excellent. Okay, because I couldn't hear you for a second there. So I'll just stand up. I'm in the middle of the garden now, and I'll do a quick spin around.
We'll do a slow spin around.
So you can see what we're doing. And there's a bit of glare today because the sun's still a bit low in the horizon. But I'll start you off with the chooks because they're the noisiest things at the moment. This is our chook run. And that's where we do all our composting. We don't have a traditional compost heap. We have a chook run and some bokashi and some other bits and pieces.
Now, Malcolm, one of the
Here's
stories
the girls.
you told me about
Ophelia, Demeter, and Yuri. Not Yuri, Amelia. And in the house,
Can you hear
there's
me,
Pappy
Malcolm?
and Yuri. Yuri's actually Pappy's mum. That's the black one in the background. And our day's supply of eggs.
Malcolm, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yep.
You can.
Right
You
now.
can hear Adaire as well. Yeah.
I can't hear Adaire. I can hear you right now.
Yeah. So, Ross, can you just pop them back into the stream so I can
Now,
talk?
we do a lot of work with wicking beds.
Okay, Malcolm, we're back in the stream at the moment. I just want to go back to the chook house for a minute. And I'd like to just ask you, because I know there was a time when we were chatting where you had, you were telling me about now the rabbits. You had rabbits at one point, you were making methane and you were using the methane to heat and cool the chook house. I mean, that story just fascinated me. Is that redundant now, or is there still some
redundant? The rabbits are gone, and the idea is still there though, and I'll probably bring that in later on.
Okay.
But we're a supplier of poo now, so I've made friends with a farmer, so he's got sheep, and we can use their poo to make the methane to hit everything.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll leave that with you. I did wanted to ask, and so definitely interested in how that works. So
That's for another day. Yeah. Now I'm looking at cooling the chook house for summer. That's our new goal. So I'll be putting in some fans and an air conditioner for them. little do-it-yourself air conditioner.
That's so cool. So cool.
Life of luxury these girls have got.
We're going to hand it back over and take it away. I just wanted to ask that question.
Okay. So where am I now? I can still see you, and I've got a little screen at the bottom. There we are. Cool. So we do a lot of stuff with wicking beds, which are raised garden beds where you put the water into the bottom of the bed, and then it soaks back up to the top. And that's a really water efficient way of gardening, especially for the summer. So that's our kale bed that's in there. You can see all that lovely kale for the vegetarians. And that just keeps going. And down here is a bit of our medicinal plant lot, because Julina's diabetic, and what we discovered doing some research is that the leaves on blueberries and the leaves on our very sad looking coffee plant over there have the same chemical in that her diabetic medicine has. So we're growing lots of blueberries. Hopefully we'll get some berries, but we're mainly growing them for the leaves. So that's part of our medicinal aspect of the garden. And here's something people might not know. These ornamental kales that you can buy, which are quite pretty, are also edible. So you can have some beauty in your garden as well as nutrition. Now we've got putting mushrooms in this year because we've got mainly perennial plants out the front, and they're like a fungal dominated soil rather than bacterial dominated. So I've got pure Pinot mushrooms going in there and King Stropharia mushrooms going in there. So Ross has asked, I'd like the medicinal use of, yeah. So nearly all of our plants have double uses because we've only got such a small space. A lot of them have multiple uses. Things like ginger and galangal, all amazing medicinal plants. We've got lemongrass. We got given a whole lot of lemongrass, so we put it all in everywhere. And it's just growing up like crazy. Cabbages, your broccoli, chilies, all these sort of things. They're all medicinal as well. So we can double up on everything. And that's great for a small space. Galangal, yeah, it's a root tuber, root plant that they use in Chinese cooking a lot. And here's our Azolla beds. Azolla is a little aquatic fern that you get on top of ponds, and it just goes nuts, and people complain about it. But it's really nutritional stock food. It's full of protein, lots of phosphorus, lots of calcium, and that goes onto the chooks. Does cooking reduce? Yeah, it does in a lot of cases. In some cases, it enhances it. We tend to take the traditional Chinese medicine style, where your food is your medicine, and vice versa. So cooking actually enhances a lot of things. And over there in our corner, we're getting a beautiful patch. This is probably, it looks dead at the moment, but it's just dormant. This is the moringa tree. Moringas are one of the most useful trees in the world. You can eat, every part of it is useful or medicinal. You can eat the leaves. You can use them as topical things for your skin. The seeds are edible. The roots are edible. And you can produce an oil from the seeds. And when you finish with the seeds and you squeeze the oil out, you can then use that pulp to extract contaminants from dirty water. So it's really popular in Africa and Asia for those purposes. And then another one of the most useful trees we've got is This one here, the Tagasasti, or tree lucerne. I've just got to fight my way past the nectarine. It's a bit of a tight squeeze in some of these places. Every inch is used. So this is our Tagasasti tree, and it's an amazing fodder crop. When it's flowering, which it is starting to, it just has a massive flowers and it attracts so many bees, which is amazing for the garden because they're pollinators and probably the most useful animal in the world. But the leaves are also very nutritious for fodder, sheep, chickens, ducks, everything, rabbits. And it has an interesting root system because there's 2 root systems. And I just noticed I've got leaf curl on my nectarine tree. I'll come out and address that later on. We'll get out of that corner. And believe it or not, you can grow taro down here. That's Pacific taro. They get the big tubers that grow to about 1 kilo. They've been knocked back for winter though. They come back in the warm weather, which is soon. Yeah, that's right. It's an amazing. People should grow it as shelter belts. It's a legume as well, so it improves the soil with nitrogen. Leaf curl. It's actually a fungal infection, and it gets into the flower, the buds, the base, the nodes that the leaves come from, and you've got to spray it at least twice a year. Once when the buds are about to set, and once at the end. And I think you use a mixture of sulfur and something else. If you get it early though, you can just pull the leaves off and don't compost them. Just throw them in your bin because they'll spread the spores other places. So I'll jump on that today and take care of that. It's a copper mix. I think it's called Bordeaux mix that you use, and that goes on there. And copper sulfate, I think, also does the job too. So that's really the only sprays that we use here, besides the occasional chili and garlic spray and soap. We don't need anything else. Everything's under control, and because it's such a tight ecosystem, you can't see them at the moment with this little camera, this phone, but so many hoverflies around the place, and hoverflies are an amazing predator. They love to eat all the insects that attack our plants. So that's good. And we've got bracketed wasps here as well, which are the wasps that they lay their eggs in the green caterpillars that eat all your green leafy veggies. So encouraging them really helps out a lot. We've got a few sightings of those around the place. Now, this is a medicinal plant that we started this year. It's ashwagandha. I've heard a lot about it, but I don't usually do much with plants that don't grow locally. But we've found so many people growing this locally in the last 2 years that we're going to start using it. It's a very bitter herb, but it's got a lot of good uses. Here's another medicinal plant. Johnny jump-ups and pansies and your violets, which are down here, which aren't flowering yet. Very calming. As a tea, useful for they're useful for chest infections as well. And making a syrup out of them is one of the traditional things that Europeans do for children's illnesses, especially respiratory illnesses. So that's a pretty little flower that actually has a use. So as I said, everything here. There's 2 flowers that don't have a use here, and Jelena got them because they're purely just so beautiful. So everything else, has double, triple uses. A lot of it goes to making fertilizer. Weeds, no such thing as a weed. No such thing as a weed, Adaire. Don't know what you mean by that. Thanks, Shirley. This is one of my pride and joy inventions. It's how we get liquid compost teas without smell or odor or mess. It's just a tube where you pack in stuff like nettles and comfrey, which are really nutritious. It's got a weight on the top, and it just squeezes slowly with gravity. Everything gets squeezed over a couple of months. and comes out in the bottom there. And that's really concentrated and strong, so we water that down, and that's our main fertilizer. It's got nearly everything that you need for a garden in there. So through there, there's a bit of shady area. We're trying to encourage the plants for shade now. Yeah, we do it there. We do. I do weed walks, and we have people come in to have a look at the weeds we're using in the garden. I just had 2 pretty successful weed walks recently in one of our local reserves. What are weeds? What can I think of? What we call it? Oh, look at that asparagus there. That's come up in the last couple of days. I'm going to eat that. What have we got for weeds? I don't know what you call a weed. Let's have a look. Mustard. People who are nettles a weed, but it's probably one of the most useful dietary plants in the whole world, if not the universe. What have we got here? Fumitory. That's an interesting herb. It grows wild along the creeks. Hang on, there's a car coming past. It's one of the joys of our garden. We're right on a thoroughfare for Gawler, so it goes all the way through. People use it as a shortcut for everything now. Probably our biggest weed in the garden is actually goji berries, which are super highly nutritional plants that you buy from your health food stores. But once you get one in your garden, you never get rid of them. There's always plenty around. And the other one I call a weed here is madder. Madder is a dye plant. You use the roots to make red dyes. It's one of the traditional European dyes. And we made a mistake of planting it in the ground and ignoring it for a couple of years. And now it's everywhere. It's taken me nearly 2 years to get rid of the thing. What other weeds do we use? Chickweed. Chickweed's an amazing plant. Comes out at the end of winter. It helps to move your lymphatics around. So after winter, after you've had your sedentary times and your big meals and your roasts and things, and you've got to start getting active for summer, for spring, chickweed taken as a tea or in any of your meals helps to move your lymphatic systems around, and then that dumps into your liver and gets cleaned out. It's also very nutritious, and it's a great anti-inflammatory as well. It's full of chemical called saponins, which are like, do you worry about council spraying the weeds in the reserves? I do. When I take my walks, I tell people very specifically that the council sprays there, and we take tiny samples, but I don't encourage people to take whole masses of stuff from there. But the reserves we go into are very good because they're flat, easy access for people with disabilities and kids, also kids as well. Not that kids are disabilities, but most parents would, I don't know, think about that. So yeah, spraying is important. It's an important thing to acknowledge, but there's not a lot we can do about it. And here's another one of my weeds, which is celery. Given its own range, celery will just take over. But it's such a great veggie that we like it. We keep it. And this tree here, this is a bit of a weed in some places, but I've been encouraging people to grow it. And we've been giving away cuttings just for people to plant anywhere. It's an elder tree, where the elderberries come from, and the elderflowers. So it's great for colds and flus and things. And it's also been researched a lot to have very strong antiviral properties. It stops viruses from attaching to cells. So my idea was we get a lot of this out there, and people have their own little pharmacy for the next virus pandemic, or even the end of this one, or if this one comes back. And there's an old saying in England that if you have an elder tree in the village, nobody needs to get sick. And that's true because every part of the tree is medicinal. Even the bark is a really, really strong laxative. So And the roots are as well, they're more what we call a purgative, because they'll give you explosive diarrhea. These are really the only non-medicinal edible plants in the garden because they are just so beautiful. So we like them, and we're trying to brighten up this year with a lot of stuff. Coming over here, you can see that all this rocket's gone to flower. And that's important because brassicas flower really readily and in great numbers, and insects just love them. And with the current problems with bees and insects and loss of biodiversity, I let things go. And this year, because the soil is now fully established, we're just letting things self-seed. So no more planting. Things will just come up where they like it, and they'll thrive where they like it. And anything that doesn't look like it's thriving becomes compost. And Bob's your uncle. The cycle gets completed. Here's another amazing plant, calendula. And the name calendula comes from the same origin as calendar, because the flowers are around most of the year. So lots of nutritional benefits, antioxidants in the flowers, and it's used as it stimulates lymphatics to move in the skin and the muscles and that. So you use it as an ointment for burns, for any kind of injury. And the flowers, you just pack them in oil and leave them in the sun for a while, and they make a nice oil. Well, that's the thing. See, I know we use the word permaculture here a lot, and yeah, I'm starting to consider myself a permaculturalist, but I never have in the past. I like to think more of I come from a systems analysis background, so it's all systems thinking. But there's lots of crossovers now, so everybody's getting to be happy. Here's one I've just planted, which is edible, that a lot of people don't know about. Dichondra. It grows as a lawn, it grows all over the place in people's houses, in slightly shady areas, and you can eat that. It's quite tasty. And this is an interesting one that you don't see often. It's Stachys affinis. It's Chinese artichoke. Under the ground, there's little tiny tubers about the size of my end of my little finger, and they're quite tasty. And it's a weed in a lot of places in Europe, so as we're seeing here, just a few tubers are taking over. And that's one of the ideas too, is to cover the soil, cover it completely with plants. Especially in the new heat that we're getting, it's helps to retain water, it helps to cool, because our garden is designed for cooling the house. If we go looking over that way, that's where the sun goes down in summer and winter, and we get the sun in the afternoon. So if I come over this way, you'll see part of the design. There's one row of trees here, and then there's another row of trees here. So they run through the garden, north and south, and they shade the front of the house. These deciduous trees, they shade the house in summer, and when the leaves fall off in winter, they provide nutrients for the soil, but they also let the sunlight come in. And that sunlight's hitting the front of the house now and warming the place. So once again, trees they're like machines. They're fantastic. They're water pumps. They pump water from the soil and into the atmosphere. I was saying that every leaf is an air conditioner, because the water that gets pumped from the soil gets transpired out through the leaves, and then that cools the air around it. So as a breeze goes over, it chills that air, and that breeze comes towards the house. So they're nutrient cyclers, they're water pumps, they're air conditioners, they're suppliers of food and medicine, they're shelter, they're protection for biodiversity and insects and birds. So they're quite amazing. So really what I've got is two rows of air conditioners in summer. And one of the reasons we've got this tree here is right by the front gate. There's lots of cars going past at the moment, so. And that's an orange tree, and orange blossoms are just heavenly, so We just get the smell going through. And this path is designed to pick up the southerly breezes and funnel them towards the house. So it cools the breeze as it comes towards the house, and also picks up the scent from several aromatic plants. So we get a nice cool perfume breeze coming through in the right weather. Yep, cooling effects. We need more recipes. Yeah, grab a handful, chuck it in hot water, and see what happens. That's all I do. This is a tree that we just love, guava. Once it gets the fruit on and the fruit's almost ripe, you can smell around the whole garden that perfume. And that's why it's placed right at the front by the end of the path as well. So that gets blown towards the house too. And here's a weed. We got it right at the front gate because everybody that comes in that hasn't been here before says, that's a weed, that's deadly nightshade. You got to pull that out. But we don't get deadly nightshade here as a weed. This is blackberry nightshade. And you eat the little berries when they're ripe, when they're black. You don't eat them when they're green. And this is a relative of tomatoes and potatoes. The solanum, so I'll squeeze one there. You see little seeds. And it tastes just beautiful. It's got a little tang, very nice. We had one here in this corner in the first 2 years that we had the house. And another cup. And we got 3 kilos of berries off of that over one summer. This is another one, Crossanthera, native Australian bush. Lots of flowers. It's a mint. That's deadly nightshade, Ross. That's Atropa belladonna. This is Solanum nigrum, a totally different plant. They just got the same name, nightshade, for some reason. And people just hook onto that. So this is totally different, and it's quite tasty. You can use the young leaves for stomach complaints as well. I'll go out the front gate. This is our little end garden. So this is all stuff that doesn't take any maintenance because it's furthest from the house. So we've got aloe vera in there, a couple of Kalamata jumbo olives. There's a grapevine going through there, sultana grapes. Old man's beard, which is a native medicinal plant. Yep, different nightshade plants, just the same common name. That's why people should learn the taxonomic names, because it makes everything much clearer. And it's not that difficult. Down here is warrigal greens. And this is that empty area. That's Athena's throne. She sits there and she looks down the street and just generally has her dog's life. Oh, here's what a few people would say are weeds as well. Mallows, edible, nutritional, and medicinal. Wild lettuces, that's a great painkiller, that one. It's got a sap in it which contains 2 chemicals which, when they combine in your body, painkillers. I bet your neighbours love you. Some of them do. Somebody complained recently about some work we were doing, but bugger them. I'll take it out the front. This is our new project. I've got to plug this a little bit. Gawler's Council just keeps holding back on putting in a community garden. So we put in this garden bed. And this is Gawler's temporary small community garden. So anybody can come along and put stuff in, take out produce if it's there. Blackbirds have been in the last couple of days. I've been out doing some teaching work, so I haven't had much chance, and I think I'm going to have to replant. Well, somebody can come and replant. It's a community garden. But the strawberries are doing okay. And this rest of this verge area is, except for the one elder tree, which is just a cutting I stuck in the ground to see what would happen, all edible and medicinal native plants, which take no maintenance. So we've got sticky hotbush, ruby saltbush. There's some kangaroo grass coming up in there, which is the grass that we should be growing as wheat instead of growing wheat here. There's a boobiala. Now these trees have all been cut down because of the council complaint. So none of these trees were over 1.5 meters tall, but the complaint that went to the council was somebody was worried about overhanging branches that could fall. So we worked out that person had to be less than 500 millimeters tall. So good luck to them. There's Eremophila maculata. That's a delicious plant. You get a nice little taste off of the flowers and a little bit of nectar inside them as well, which the ants are going for now. Acacia retinoides, Riddler, that's a wattle, lots of flowers when it flowers, and edible seeds. And Old Man Saltbush, that's one of the classics. We get your saltbush fed lamb, either this one. Indestructible plant once it's there. Councils use it on roadsides a lot. And then coming in here, we've got a whole bunch of, some people just, I don't know, maybe they didn't get laid that morning or something, I don't know. People have reasons for complaining. Yeah, no council blessings. Our council, they do everything they can to stop community gardens here. There's a policy about it, but the policy basically covers their asses against anything that happens. So, and this little strip along here is our screening plants, because we don't eat McDonald's or Hungry Jacks and things like that, but somehow we used to end up with wrappers in our garden every day. So we're putting in these New Zealand flax plants, and oh yeah, I did say that out loud, sorry. Well, you take it as it comes with me. I just don't swear much, so okay. So Jelena uses these for a traditional weaving, but they also serve to screen out good stuff. Here's another weed from Adaire. This is goosefoot, Chenopodium album. It's a relative of spinach, and it has more of everything in the spinach does. More iron, more protein, more calcium, more magnesium, more everything. And it grows indestructibly. This doesn't get any water besides the rain we had yesterday. And I just grabbed a few of these from the roadside further up and stuck them in the ground. So it's one of the plants that we should be eating, because it hasn't been bred for big leaves and good looks. But it's super nutritious, and it's free. So it's called goosefoot. So that's the front of our garden. You never know what upsets people. I suppose that's the thing that usually upsets me the most that came to mind. More lavender here. This is a tree that I just keep slashing back because it just grows so well. Kangaroo apple. It was one of the sources of early contraceptives for women, and traditionally used as a contraceptive. And the fruit is full of cortisone, so you can actually rub the fruit on rashes and psoriasis and eczema and things like that. It's not in fruit at the moment. It's quite tasty when it comes up. There's another lavender for the bee. The more I do herbalism, the more I use lavender for everything. It just has so many effects on the body that everybody should be growing it. Oh, basket weaving. Well, not just basket weaving, traditional weaving. Jelena does a lot of work with Narrandjeri people. No, a group of Narrandjeri people from down south. Hey, there's Ned, one of our neighbours. Hey, Ned, you're on TV. He goes past every day. And, we use these and local rushes for weaving. Oh, I say we, Jelena does, I don't. I'm no good at it. That's her thing. So they're growing along there, and they're a screen as well for junk and crap that gets blown in from the road. And here's an interesting plant. This is a weed, but it's got benefits as well. Everybody knows soursops. But did you know under the ground, right down below, is a tuber about the size of my little finger. And it's white, and it's really sweet and tasty. So it grows in there. Okay, you did with Auntie Ellen. Yeah, everybody's weaved with Auntie Ellen. I think she's an amazing person. And a good family friend of ours too. So Jelena and her just get on so well. Birds, and we get comments on how many birds. The other day, somebody was parked across the road, visiting a neighbour, and they were sitting in their car. And when I came out, they commented on how many birds were just coming and going from our garden, which is amazing. So we get all different kinds in there. We're getting parrots in there now. Used to be just sparrows. What's the name of the tree for psoriasis? Which was that one? Psoriasis. Oh, you can use the... you can use this one for that. Fumitory. That's the plant. The invasive weed. And this one's kangaroo apple. Solanum lacinatum. But yeah, I didn't think ours would grow as well as it did, and I cut it back like 5 or 6 times a year, down to about 2 meters high. And it's just an amazing plant. But yeah, the fruit you can rub on long-term skin conditions because it contains cortisone. And cortisone is what doctors use to suppress the immune system's response to a lot of things. Oh, what do we got in there? Oh, you're from Meningie originally, Ross. That's good. So, mate, a great little place. Oh, PMU, yeah, definitely. And here's one of our non-edible plants. There's only a couple around, like I said. But we keep that one because the flowers attracts the honey eaters. They come and go from this all day. And it's just in a pot at the front so that it doesn't get too rambunctious. But yeah, it just attracts birds. Although this one's not doing much good. We got this to scare away the little birds, but they just seem to treat it as a father figure. So that's about it for the walk around. Anything you want to know specifically? Oh, there's our lemon tree. Here's a tip. Just a little tip. Don't put citruses in the cold weather. It holds them back so long. We moved this one in the cold weather a couple of years ago, and it's only just starting to kick back up. Okay.
Wow. I'm just blown away. Totally blown away. It's amazing. And for those of you...
Echo, Adaire.
Your echo back again.
Who are you? Okay.
Yeah, the echo's back.
I'll take the... Is that better?
No.
Well, I haven't got any tabs open. I'm not quite sure what's happening. I'll just refresh. Hold on. I'll be back. Keep talking, Malcolm.
Okay.
Yes, good move. I'm hoping mine doesn't echo. I'm absolutely fascinated.
No, yours doesn't echo,
with
Ross.
that walkthrough. Oh, mine's got an echo too. I'll refresh.
Adaire's does, yours
Mine's
doesn't.
not. Okay, good. Yes, I love the sound of chooks. I've always loved the sound of
She
chooks.
just does that at random during the day. But when I was setting up the video and everything for this and getting my tripod out, for about 10 minutes, all 4 of them were just going absolutely crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I was brought up on a farm at Meningie and have gone to school with Ellen and a lot of the others in that community. The basket weaving, the weaving does intrigue me because it certainly was something that was a big part of their cultural essence, because it's the way they trapped fish and all sorts of things with how they, designed whatever they were using.
So just waiting in late to the conversation here, is the echo gone?
It's better.
It's better?
Better, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've got like
I
2
can't
people
hear it.
talking at the same time.
Just rather that we talk over each other is okay, but one talking twice is not.
No, you sound like 2 people speaking just out of sync.
You want to see my lips go?
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's it. Yeah, you just got a little bit of echo. It's just like 2 people talking just out of sync. Yeah.
Now, Roz is gone.
You're clear, Roz. You're fine.
Oh, okay. So it was...
Yeah, I was just dropping myself out so that we could make sure it was yours, Adaire. So I'm just going to go in the staging, that other area. I'll actually drop out, to refresh mine
Okay, no
just in
worries.
case.
Okay, so yeah, Malcolm, how is that with is it 6 degrees of separation, my lads? And I think we've lost Malcolm. Hello. Oh, I can still hear the chicken. There we go.
Something like that, yeah.
I can see the video now. Except I was muted.
I'm still here.
I can hear the video. Can you hear me, Malcolm?
Yeah,
And I'm not
yeah.
echoing? Right, that's
okay. So we're all good. There's no echo.
Isn't the technology wonderful?
No echo now.
Fantastic when it works well.
Yes.
So
what's going on over here, girls? What's happening?
Don't they do that when they lay eggs? They tell you?
No, Yuri doesn't he doesn't usually make any noise. On today, we've got a Yuri because that's Japanese for shadow, because she's usually so quiet and just in the background. But something's going on today.
So what are they when they lay? What are they? You know, the average? Are they giving you?
We've got 5 chooks and we get 4 eggs a day. Yuri's a bit past it. She's too old to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
She just chills out and hangs around in the background.
So no chicken stock for her.
Pardon?
No chicken stock for her.
No. We don't like to eat pets.
I know it's a bit odd, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't do it.
So is there
We could
anything
if I have to.
when they go off the lay? What is there anything specifically that you do to get them to lay again, or you just sort of hang on for the ride?
Yeah, I just let them live their lives. I don't know a lot about chooks besides just keeping them alive and happy. So
yeah,
we just let them live their lives. There's experts out there that I contact on different Facebook groups if I need any help.
So how big's the chook house? We've got a chook house out the back here, and
it's 3 meters by meter and 1.8 meters, and a 1.8 meters high. We had to put a garden in the chook house because we couldn't grow anything in the garden. Every time we put seedlings or anything, and even netting them, they'd work out how to get in, and they'd rip them all up.
Yeah.
So they're in not quarantine, but in isolation for a little while. But they got more than enough of the usual space that they're supposed to need a meter or a square meter each or something, but they've got about 1.5 meters, and everything in there's on levels, so it kind of increases the floor space they can get onto.
Well, that's a good idea, isn't it?
We've got an apple tree in there as well, so that grows. Automatic waterer, automatic feeder, shell grit dispenser, everything a chook could want.
When I die, Malcolm, I'm going to come back as one of your chickens.
They get the life here. And we don't disturb them much. We just let them get on and do their thing. So
yeah.
Once summer comes and the heat comes, I'll be letting them out every day to find their own places.
Yeah.
But they'll just find places. By then, the garden should be well established by then, and they should be able to do a little bit of damage, and everything should recover.
So it's the actual establishment of the garden that you do that, and then they do the foraging, and that actually helps, I believe, as well.
It does. It's amazing. It takes care of a lot of bugs and things.
Well, that's amazing. So we're about down to the wire. We've got a few more minutes. I did want to ask you about the spirulina. This is I'm not going to share my screen again, but you posted yesterday and you said the spirulina. Hang on, let me just see what that says here. The spirulina seems to be on its way to recovery after tanking. Yeah. According to him from Spirulina Grow Co., it sounded like I'd done nothing wrong with the procedure while getting it started, so we decided to leave the culture for a while and observe what happens. And you did a nail biting. Yes, you find bacteria. That's thrilling. Oh dear. There's no help for people. No, actually, this is actually really cool because it is therapy, isn't it?
That's really what I do. I farm bacteria and fungi, and the plants and the veggies and all the rest of it are just bonuses.
Yeah. So it says it started to green up again. I've been shifting into full sunlight in the daytime, then back inside at night where I can where it can rest with a heater. Let's wait and observe. It actually sounds like a small child that you've got to look after 24/7.
It's the culture of living organisms. So, yeah, they've got to have certain conditions and things. And we're not sure why my first lot seemed to die. It was thriving quite well, and we moved it to a new tank, and it just suddenly went brown and cloudy and horrible.
So share a little bit about the spirulina and why you would have it. Is it medicinal, or is it, and how you prepare it? I've seen spirulina in packets where you mix it with water. So
you can buy tablets of it, and powders and pastes and all kinds of stuff. It's a bacteria. It's like an algae. It's what they call a cyanobacteria. It's a phototropic bacteria. So it actually uses sunlight like plants do to provide energy for itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of the most nutritious foods in the whole world. It's just fantastically packed with absolutely everything.
So
it grows in such alkaline water that nothing else can compete with it. So you just have to keep the nutrients going and the temperature.
Yeah.
And if it's sunlight, and you get a super nutritious, more than superfood, that costs you a bomb in the supermarkets and the health food stores, and then you just filter some out and have it in your meals. I haven't eaten any of it yet fresh, but that's what we'll do. Oh, look at this.
Okay.
Sorry, I often do this.
It's like
look at that. Oh, look at all those pill bugs on there. Little slaters. They're going to go in the chooks in a minute.
Okay.
Did you know they're not insects? They're actually crustaceans. They're related to crabs and shrimp.
Wow, I did not know that. So
you can eat them.
Camera around, Malcolm, so we can.
Taste like shrimp.
I'll get you to flip your camera around.
Yes.
It's a fantastic tour through the garden, and as usual, I'd love to have you on my time as a regular contributor. I'll keep nagging you about that.
Well, you know the deal. I said I'm not going to do that until you actually come and visit the garden.
I'm coming to Adelaide. I'm there in October, mid-October, and I'm definitely. I've been to visit your garden, but I'm coming over again. I'll do a live from your garden. Ros,
do a visit, and then you know what we're talking about a bit more.
Yeah, Ros.
I did miss some of that, but because I do occasionally do the trip through Gawler on the way to Port Broughton. Because we do have a shack up there, which is where my partner is at the moment. And, so it's potentially possible that I might
come by, number 3 Rice Avenue, Gawler South.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay.
That's a good
idea. Over there.
You can't miss it. You go along the road and it's like bland, plants, bland.
You don't. It's brilliant. I love what you're doing, Malcolm. And Ros just asked here, and she's here. She can probably ask herself, how much time each day do you spend keeping up with your garden?
Not much anymore.
No.
So once you actually get it established, like you have, it's sort of self-perpetuating in just keeping an eye on what's around, what's growing, and the rest. Then is it?
All I do now is keep the life in the soil alive, all the bacteria and fungi in there, and that's all I do. And the rest of it is self-seeding. Out the front, we've got a lot of self-seeding annuals, but mostly it's perennials out the front now. So they're on a dripper system, and they just get watered. All I do is mulch, water, and put the liquid fertilizers in.
Now, even as a total ignorant, actually, when it comes to gardening, I have a black thumb, not a green thumb. What's the difference between an annual and a perennial, or whatever it was you just said?
Annuals come every year. They're like your cabbages, your lettuces, things like that. And your perennials are things that stay around perennially, forever, like your lavenders and your rosemary.
Yeah.
I grow onions.
Last as long as you're looking after them.
Yeah, and we grow garlic as a perennial thing here now. So you don't have to worry about keep planting it once a year. Ginger and galangal and turmeric are established now. So they're perennial.
I heard you say the galangal before. What's that?
It's kind of like ginger. It's a root vegetable. They use it in Asian cooking a lot. Thais like it in their tom yum and things like that.
So it's easy to grow?
Oh, yeah. Once it gets established, it's easy.
Yeah.
But it's just a case of getting established, and it's really in the timing of the year because it doesn't like the cold. Well, none of those veggies like the cold, so
Yeah.
and it's super
I'm
nutritious.
Shirley's in Elizabeth. Yeah, just down the road. Yep.
So
Oh, who's
yeah,
that? I didn't know that. Who was that? Let me pull that one up.
Shirley. Okay.
Shirley, hi Shirley. Come and visit.
It's just down the road.
lots of
On the Facebook page, and give me the address. Always open to visitors. I like visitors.
No,
Gives me-
definitely we'll see you mid to the end of October. We'll put it on our itinerary of things to do.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You will see it. And in the meantime, say hi to Dad.
I will. I'll be seeing him this afternoon. I'll go up there and cut down his hedge for him.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Yeah.
Well, we'll tell him I'll pop over and I'll and say hi to him when I come back.
I always tell him when you send a message. I always tell him about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and he can watch the replay of this as well when you show him how to access it.
That'll be a job. Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, but
All
once
right.
done once, it can be done a second time and remembered and remembered.
You don't know my dad.
We actually had more fun. I remember the first time that you came on My Time TV, and I actually took my phone over there and let him watch your show on my phone. But he's got his own smartphone now. He's upgraded from a little flip top.
Yeah. He sent his first text message the other day as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I sent him a photograph and I got a K back. That was it. That's just a K, but it was a message from.
Okay.
That's lovely. He's come a long way. So Shirley's saying to have Mary at the front list, you could do that
You
in.
can do it with, yeah.
What Shirley said? I missed the message there. There's a message from Shirley there. Oops.
Yeah.
Will do. I have an area in
To
front.
call.
Yeah, do it. Put something out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also jump on the Legaia Garden Facebook page and have a look at their website as well. Lots of good stuff there. And I'm sure if you ask Malcolm questions, he will have lots of opportunity to give some responses. So
And we're on Twitter, and I mainly work on Instagram now because I like the Instagram TV format. With the vertical screen. I much prefer that for some reason. So
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, I do most of my work on Instagram.
Maybe I better get started on it, Adaire, hey?
We're all on a trajectory. It's all going to blur. We're not going to know which is which at some point in the future. So
that's probably the goal. Is just to have it so instinctive and automatic that everybody can share everything.
There's definitely
without worrying. Yeah.
And why are they worried about privacy in those sort of instances too? Because it's not going to be. Yes.
Privacy is a really old concept now.
You've just given us your address, so we can come.
Yeah, that's easy. We don't mind. It's all public anyway, so it's easy enough.
Yeah. Well, I think that's amazing. Malcolm, thank you so much. And I know you've got a bunch of school kids coming over this afternoon, or you've got
that's changed now for next weekend. They couldn't make it. That's all right, which is good. Gives me time to clean up all the dog poo and things. So that's all right.
Pop the link in comments. Yes, I will do that, Shirley.
Yeah. We can do that. And we'll see you in a few weeks, and we'll definitely be looking to. I'll keep nagging you to come on to my time. I think,
well, you know the rules. Just come and visit first. That's all. That's all I.
I'm coming back. And I'll bring the tree. All right. Well, take care. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you both.
Real soon.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, wow.
Sideways, Ed. I just saw that and you sort of went sideways.
Yeah, I noticed that, and now it's not there, so I'll just take it out. For some reason, it wasn't completely off, but that's okay. Now, I have put the link there, and I'm going to have to take my AirPods out because I have a funny feeling they went flat and I can't hear you properly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just having a look. Yeah, because the computer microphone kicks in.
Okay,
the microphone is okay. I just can't hear you through here. I might have to just quickly refresh because of it, though.
Okay.
Can you still hear me there?
I can still hear you, yes.
No, I've got to refresh.
She can't hear me.
Oh, just did. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I won't reload. I'll cancel
No,
that.
that's all right.
Oh, God, I had to reload. Stupid thing.
So coming up in half an hour, all things being equal, we have had some tech issues. It's actually not so much the tech, but it's the Borderers, our lunchtime entertainment. Oh, Effie, thank you. Great to see you, honey. Amazing information about plants and the benefits of what plants will do for our well-being.
Yeah, I thought I'd just
Yes, that is
before you
an absolute wealth of knowledge. He really is, and you would have found that out today. I just listened to him take a tour through the garden, so really beautiful. So even if you start, I actually said to him, I'll get back to the Borderers in a moment, but I actually said to Malcolm, probably maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, that I would love to do what he's doing. Actually, wouldn't it be? Because he only started 5 years ago, so it would have been just after he'd started. And I said, what can I do? Because I wanted to do a community garden when I was living in Adelaide. And he said, just get a bale of hay or bale of pea straw and scoop out the middle and put some compost in it and some soil, and then just plant some plants on top. And he said that actually adds as it nurtures and nutrients he made it sound so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rosie, you can see, like, I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm intrigued. Yes, I'd like to try it.
Because it will rot down naturally. Yeah. And you can just, when the straw acts as mulch, and using the pea straw bales, it actually gives the nutrients, puts the nutrients into the garden as well. So you just get the bales and scoop out the middle and just put your plant in there.
How much of the middle is he scooping out? Is he suggesting to scoop out? Should have asked that while he was still here. How much middle?
Have to get him back. We'll message him on his Facebook page, or find him on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we'll bombard him with questions and say, well, you can answer it, come back on my time and answer it live. But definitely he's a wealth of knowledge, and he can show you. He just is like, he makes it look so easy. And I'd imagine that it is like in a postage stamp size garden. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. So thank you, Malcolm. And again, up next, I'm going to leave it with you for a moment, Roz. And
yes.
Do your magic, weave your magic, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes with the Borderers. Now, I was just going to explain that they've actually had the NBN turned on at their house and finding some issues connecting their computer. So it's actually not a Be Live Facebook thing. It's a tech issue back at that end. So we're going to be doing some troubleshooting and see if we can get them up and running. Otherwise, we might be doing something else. I don't know. You can play the flute, did you say?
Yeah. Look, we'll continue onward anyway. At this point in time with something. Look, I've got a deck of cards here. Even if I need to switch out to my eCam to bring in that table of cards, and I'm just going to share that again. Let your friends know that we are live, so that there will be some card readings just in the middle, but just only a few of the single pulls or whatever, just to Well, it's a filler, isn't it? But it's interesting doing all of that sort of
filler is the main act. But the lunchtime entertainment, when we can get the Borderers on, is that if you've joined us before on past expos, you will know that the Borderers are an absolute treat.
Absolutely.
She's got a little separate side project that she calls Kinky Kombucha. So she actually teaches people how to make kombucha, and I'm sure we'll hear a little bit about that. But they have been a singing duo. If you would like any requests, and just stay tuned, because they will be taking requests and live. Now, Roz is frozen. I'm hoping it's Roz and not me, or neither of us. So let me just see if that's happening on my other screen here. And they will be back. They'll be here at 12:30 Adelaide time. So Roz, no, Roz is gone. So just seeing that I have, bear with us 1 moment. Your call is important to us. And looks like we might have a tech glitch here. Okay, Roz, I can see that you're back in the broadcast. There we are. Cool.
Right. Well, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
You froze. You froze, and I've got it on my mobile phone, so I don't hold up the computer, the desktop, the Mac.
Yeah, I'm just having a look on my phone as well.
Yeah, it is being a bit weird and glitchy at the moment.
Yeah, and as I said to Malcolm, with the changeover from the old format Facebook to the new format Facebook, we are in a state of flux. And we're just going to roll with whatever happens, because there we go. I can see that.
And that is exactly what it is. So
it is exactly what it is. All right. I'm going to leave it with you, and I'll be back in 20 minutes or so.
Yes. We'll see you when you're back in. So, wonderful. Okay. Now, with that in mind, what I am going to do, because I can do the switch around with cameras and hopefully it's going to work. If you can encourage those who are your friends that would like to have a little card reading in the meantime, I'm just going to get my eCam going, because that's where I can actually share my screen, the second camera, with my screen. And that works by me popping this up, which you'll see the nice little purple circle. And for anyone who'd actually like to have a card reading, you can put a question there in the screen, in the chat stream, so that with these cards, and I'll switch it round so that you can actually see more clearly what cards I'm using. And it's the Gilded Breviary. And now the sunshine has actually come out quite brightly, and you can hardly see them. There we go. It's the Gilded Breviary Lenormand deck that I use. I do these as a reading every morning at 8 o'clock on mytimetv.live, the channel that you're watching this from. And I do it as a set card spread that I use and have been doing for over a year now. I think I started in March last year. So it's it's just one of those things. I've loved doing it over time, and my skills in that, I've just grown to love the cards so much that I pretty much do most of my readings with cards instead of just relying on the mediumship side. It's not, that area is not my strength. I do get messages and that from time to time, but it's something that when you're actually in your area of skill, you still need to practice it, and it's not where I've practiced. So what I'm going to do is switch this around, because I have noticed that, and here's me, I've got my eCam up and I haven't had, I'll switch it back round again. Hang on. Shall I go through all that again? Oh, sorry about that. I've just got to laugh at myself, because as much as I've been doing the live streaming for over whatever it is, 2 years, whatever it is now, actually it's longer than that, because I started way back in the Hangouts on Air days when Google Plus was still around. What we have and what I was doing was just explaining, this is the deck of cards that I'm using. It is the Gilded Reverie. And because of the light from the window, it made it fairly faded, like it's not focusing real well, because the sunshine's actually come out really nicely. I'll leave that there so that I can actually do some of these readings. Now, I have cleared and cleansed the cards to pick a card for you, Nita, because I can see that you've got that there, and it'd be lovely for others to join in to just have the quick card readings. I would say that there's so many people out and about outside in such a beautiful day here in Australia. Well, in South Australia, it's a gorgeous day. And I've just shuffled those. What you've got there is the cross coming up for you, but it's also the Parks card. And I'm just going to put out this one as well, which is the whip and the birch broom. When we actually do the readings, I like doing the 3 because it actually creates a bit of a story, and it's not just, try to get the energy from one single card, although that's possible. But you yourself, Nita, would be able to understand the method of doing this in recognizing for yourself where it might be laying in your life, so to speak. So there's some responsibilities and burdens that you're actually carrying, and you've actually been holding them close to yourself is what I'm feeling with that. And what I'm feeling around these 3 is that because the parts is in that center, it's needing to have that come out into the open, being in the public, that some of that you are carrying is no longer going to be carried. You're going to have that birch broom, which is this one. You're going to have that actually give a bit of a clean sweep. And it's not going to be under the carpet in this instance. It's going to be, the crack in the whip and getting that process happening, that you're going to actually have that cleansing in that central. You've got the water flow there, as we can see, that's got a gorgeous fountain in it. And it's that energy around the full and complete cycle of nature, especially as we've just moved out of the interview with Malcolm and his gorgeous garden and all that he's got happening there. How much importance there is in letting it do its own thing to a large degree, and the small part that we play is just the nurturing and making sure that things are ticking along all right. Now, in this instance, you're needing to actually put a little bit more effort into what needs clearing out of your life and deciding that what you have been carrying that you're no longer going to. It's needing that decision and actually probably stating for yourself too that it's to be in a public way. It's not just keeping it to yourself and sort of thinking, well, I'm going to not do it and blah, blah, blah. Within the self, I'm feeling that you're actually going to step out more so into the public arena of letting people know that you are standing your ground and that you are actually moving into what is your natural state of being, is what I'm feeling there. Okay, Nita? So thank you for that. And we've also got Shirley saying yes, please. So, whoops. And clearing of the cards. And that's just, and I'll just flip that round so that you can see what I'm actually doing. Because it's just one of those little tricks with, we each develop our own ways of clearing and cleansing our tools when you're an energy worker. And I've just got the deck of cards here and I'm knocking them. And it's with that intention that you're knocking out the energy of what has been held there. And you're actually now, I'm actually shuffling what is the energy around your name there, Shirley. So let's go back to that and I'll lay them down. Whoopsie. And one fell down. I'm going to be disappearing down the hole. Oh, goodness. That's not that easy when I've been sitting for over an hour without moving much anywhere. Well, that's one that flew out. So that's significant. I'm going to put that one in the middle. And here's the story that your energy has created for you in this particular moment of time. And that's all it is. It's just that around this particular moment of time. Okay. So what we've got here, you've got the masks. This is one of the cards that's in the extended version of the deck. It's the plain one that's the plain deck. The one that's the normal with only the 36. Anyway, well, I'm just going to put that one up, Nita, since you've just popped that response in. Thanks, sweet. I can resonate with what you're saying. So love and light. Thank you for that. Yeah. Now we'll go back to Shirley because your energy it's a little bit of work too, because what you've got in the center there is the scythe, and the scythe is around about, it's harvest. it definitely is harvest and good things coming, because you've actually put the work in to creating that result. The work part of it is because the scythe is actually a tool that it goes in the hand. You can't use it any other way. You've got to hold it. And the work, the effort, the love, the caring that's gone into it, some of it's been a little bit, you know, the different masks that you've put on that you've felt like you're hiding behind, or others have seen you behind, you haven't revealed yourself. You know, there's a whole mix and mishmash around wearing masks. Sometimes they're just for fun. Other times they are because we are feeling that we need to protect ourselves, so we're hiding behind a mask. I'm feeling in this that what you've done is a lot of work to bring yourself out of that space and place of hiding. And you're actually gaining those rewards now of recognition for yourself. That the bear as well is around hard work. So you've actually, you know, feeling like you've been treading the water and getting some things done around the you. So I'm wondering, have you actually been doing some inner work on yourself, and you're coming out with that feeling that, wow, I mean, as hard as it was, and that work that's been done, that it's just been so worth it, that it really does reveal that everything is okay for you, and being you, that you're perfect, that it's an amazing woman there that has grown and flourished and now ready to just move that next step in that cycle. So whether that's, you know, I'm not sure about that. What is it? So it's a decision that you've got to make, and that's going to be an either or. It is taking that next step that is, you've been feeling around that you've got an either or, and go with the one that feels, you know, that's going to have that essence of feeding your spirit, not just the one that's working on the head space. I'm feeling it needs to be what's working for you in that spirit level. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling is for you now. Okay. Oh, well, what we're going to move on to next is just, I'm going to put a card out because there's not any further questions there as far as people wanting to have a card or anything. I'm getting some things, Adaire. I'm hoping it's working right. There's some things there that look like something was turning around or refreshing or something. I'm not sure. Okay. Right, I'm just going to take random cards. And, so Shirley, you've been in hospital for 3 months. Wow. So you're still in hospital, and that's what you're moving towards, is that's been the inner stuff that's been happening because you've not been well, and you're going to be moving out and back home soon. Is that probably what I'm feeling around that? See, already I can't remember the cards that I've laid out. So you're going to have to probably go to I don't know what part of our timeline we're at, because refreshing the stream does actually restart my timer. So we started at 10, didn't we? So, 2.5 hours if you go back to the replay around about that time. Oh, so you're not yet. Okay, the mask was interesting. Look, I'm hoping it resonates for you. One of the things that is really more applicable around having readings and cards and whichever tool it is that's coming up, even with what Jay would have been doing as readings and Leanne at the start, I'm using the cards. You actually take on the messages that you are feeling or getting for yourself as you hear others have readings, and as I'm speaking to yours, Shirley, that it's what you feel most as that first instinctual gut feeling, intuitive factor that you're receiving. because I can only go by just those little things that pop up into my head out of total context. But also part of that is not making it fit what you want it to fit. It's taking that absolute first bite of it so that you're getting what is a more true to message interpretation for you around what those cards were. Okay. So, and I do see your message that you're not coming out of hospital yet. So feel into that. Well, I'm getting home. So that was the next card as I'd cleared and shuffled again. And speaking about it, I'm getting home's not too far off. And I will switch that around so that you can see that more clearly. It's a beautiful depiction of a home. I really like it because of it's almost that fantasy world of like the Hobbits or that type of thing. And that attracts me because I'm very much into fantasy stories and stuff too, and magic and fairies and all that there is around what is our thoughts, energy, and make believe, because our thoughts do create. So you think of home, know that you're going to be there and it's not going to be far off either. Okay. So feeling that quite well. And I'll move on to, because I did see that Adaire had popped her hand up for a card. She probably feels I'm struggling. Well, sometimes the words are there, but they just don't want to come out the head. So I'm clearing the cards again so that Adaire, you can have a card. But it probably won't be one. It's likely it's going to be three. My whole life seems to be working in threes because I was born on the 3rd, and my numerology is 369, that sort of thing. The multiples of threes. So even though I'm a twin, but so sometimes I do things twice too, just to make it double the fun. I asked my twin. She rang just as I was about to go live this morning with this show. And it was quite funny. Now I'm going to switch the cards around. Oh, thank you, Shirley. That's lovely. Thank you. I hope things work out well for you in that short term that you can be home again. Whoops. 3 months is a long time, isn't it, darling? Oh, did I say that like that? I wouldn't normally. Sorry. Oh, there's home again for you too, Adaire. Wow. There we go. So with this 3 set of cards, what's our story here? It'd be lovely to hear what your response would be, Adaire, as a direct. When you can pop back on, be interesting. What we've got is the birds, and it is both, you know, the birds on each side of this is on the house, the home, with the rider on the other side. So it certainly is about messages and communication, because the birds are communication. And I can see your comment there, Shirley. Thank you. Yeah, that's the plan. Definitely. Think positive around it. And the home will be the goal. And I think really, yes, knowing a little bit about your own story there, Adaire, but the home really is the centre of what's happening at the moment. And where you're getting those messages, like the communication is around that. It's, you know, the chatter and the emphasis that you're experiencing is around being settled, being your own home, having that space in whatever way you're going to be structuring that. And it's not going to be too far off that you're going to have that message that comes in that something's falling. It's feeling like things are falling into place. You know, chasing your rainbow. It's not even actually just chasing your rainbow. It's actually you're on it and you're riding it. And it's happening in the real time even now, as those messages are coming in to be for that positive goal of how you want to structure your home. So feeling that confidence in you know, the stability, the settling. And look, even if it's something that you know you're going to be moving around a little bit with, even, I don't know, I can't remember even if you were planning on doing a sort of a motorhome trip around Australia or something like that, there's going to be a little bit of movement. But I really do feel that it's going to settle and give you that stability in whatever way that's going to work. So that's the little story factor of what you've got there for it today, Adaire. So, and I do know you probably can't answer immediately because you're busy. I can see in the background. It's funny how with this technology, I can see out the corner of my eye what's happening at the desk for Adaire, sorting out technical issues that are potentially, well, we'll see how it goes with the borders and being able to connect in with us for some wonderful singing and what they have to offer. Because I know the last 2 sessions that we've had of this, the Lifestyle Psychic Wellness Expo, although I think the first one we called it just a Psychic Wellness Expo. Anyway, names are just a name. And, oh, there's a card there that's up the wrong way. So when you actually, oh, there you go, that's the one that turned up there. I'm going to actually switch that around again just to do a little bit of a looky cookie at it. Now, Adaire, it might pay if you're trying to message me. I can't do that Facebook Messenger. I'm just trying to find where's my messenger on the phone, because my system is just starting to actually struggle a bit with the number of tabs or something that's open. Borders can't do it now. The message is, yeah. So we do actually have a bit of a technical issue. The borderers aren't able to come in, unfortunate. Technology being what it is, I'm just going to give you a tiny little lesson on how differently you can actually read some cards occasionally, just using a different layout. Whoops, I'm just putting them there. So, now they're not being seen fully, just doing a slightly different layout. And I'm just going to double check. My phone, sorry, Adaire, but my phone keeps turning off. So if you have the shopping stuff, you can do that and then we can wind it up. Yeah, I'm just going to do this little thing that I've started explaining here, and you're quite right. I have a way that I'd love to finish off as well after we've done a little bit of promo. Because ultimately what we're doing is creating our own base of getting ourselves out there. What we've got here is the tower and with the well, and it's not a wishing well, but we can read that as being this is the main emphasis of what we're reading in this little mini card spread, right? And we're building and creating, and sometimes that takes the purpose of reflecting on what's been part of our past, but it's moving that forward and looking at what our goals are too, because this is sort of in that forward area. Because we read from right to left, left to right. I'm doing it the wrong way because this reverses left to right. So left to right, that it's the flow of the story. So we've got our resources are the well. What we have in the well is what we can draw from, and we're actually building our foundations, our empire, if you like. And that's what we're just doing as we're living our life. And once we're moving from that, we are in a position that we can look forward and set our goals, as this older woman is. I'm the older woman in this because it's me putting the energy in the card. So it's also using all of what is the me from back, history, my lifetime, and moving what my skills are forward into that future. So that's what it's just different ways that we can use our tools, and the cards are no different. The runes are no different, using any other type of tool that we might use in the energetic, esoteric, mystical world, which is what I live in. I love it. Not completely all the time. There are times where we do really need to ground and be who we are. Now, I'm just going to switch my camera back to the one that's sitting above my computer, and that should have done it well. I'm going to actually quit my eCam and bring Adaire. Are you ready to come back up into the stream? Not yet? Hang on. My phone's just gone. So with that, does that mean yes, no? Yes, coming up. You're coming up anyway. Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. I loved it when you had the 321. I had the 321 thing there, but when I used to and do live streaming with the owner, she wouldn't tell me. She would just go, "Hey, there you are." So I'd be off looking at it.
I'm just going to go like that. I have noticed a few. As I was doing that, one of the funny things with the eCam is that it's just a different live streaming platform to those who may not know. I can choose to have the comments, like I could have had the little comment box there, but I couldn't see it. So that was a little bit unusual. So I couldn't see the comment.
Clever, switching between the cameras, like boom, and there you are.
Oh, eCam is fantastic. eCam is fantastic for that, and it's only available on a Mac. It's not something you can use with a PC. And Shirley had said, wonderful, thank you for her cards. Whoops, I was getting the last one. Love my runes. I do have runes, but they're not something that I actually use much, because it's like anything that when you're working with tools, you really need to actually practice with them to become skillful, knowledgeable, get the right feel for them. And for me, that's not the ones that I've used. I've been so drawn towards the cards, especially the Lenormand or Lenormand, that's where my that's the one I feed, because I love it. It feeds me back so spiritually for me as well. So that's where that is at the moment. There's other things that can be done. I'm just slipping out of my chair too.
Yeah, so I'm what was that?
It's lucky I've got one underneath. Oh, look, it's just the way things. Yes. All the energy. I mean, it is feeling good. I mean, I can feel the change in the air with what it has been an emphasis on fear with all of the C word stuff and everything. And it's not just, I mean, it's cancer as well and other things that have been popping up today as well. I just feel that cleansing of the air with spring coming in here in
another C word.
Fantastic, isn't it?
So clear, cleansing, clarifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's fairy cards that you love too, Shirley. That's great. Now, I'm just wondering, Adaire, you do have a slight little echo there. I don't know whether others can hear it.
Turn it down a bit again. So,
but we won't mess with it. If it can be tolerated, I'm not fussed.
I don't have any more. I don't have any tabs open to Facebook.
Yeah. Look, I'm thinking it's just one of those things that is just a weird factor of what is the changes that are happening with Facebook, or Be Live having to catch up with the changes with Facebook, or Google even, and YouTube. I don't know, because
who would be on the development team today? I tell you what, you would really have your work cut out for you. There have been some exciting stuff happen in the back end of Be Live, and I'll leave it for them to announce, but we're part of the beta team for a range of different things. So it's just amazing how they, because I would have just gone, it's not too hard. But kudos to the Be Live team, because they do an amazing job. So we are using Be Live or B.live and as a live streaming platform. Yep. And one of the things that I'm testing out here today on Nighttime TV is the live shopping. Now, Rosalind's got that rabbit in the spotlight, look, because we're super organised and we've tested it and we've had it, running up and running for like a week. Is my nose growing? In other words, well, in emergency services, I learned this concept called just in time.
Yes.
And
heard of that too.
Are we just in time, Roz, or are we just behind?
Oh, no, look, I've got some stuff ready to roll. So check microphone settings to see if the echo's on. Look, who knows? I know mine's not now. Potential was with Ecamm, I could have had a second mic on, but mine's fine. It's off. There, Cam. So
you know what? Guess what?
That's better. Yes, you had that
Thank
one.
you, Shirley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I never even thought about that. It actually defaulted to my computer mic instead of my U-Butte. So I've probably been sounding echoey and tinny, and oh my God, that is a...
But isn't that a perfect LOL moment? Learn out loud. Because next time you'll double check and it won't happen.
I certainly will triple check. Well, actually, normally I have myself muted so no one can hear it.
Yeah, and then you forget to actually turn it back on, because I've done that myself too. So
it's a special shout out to Shirley, who is from, she's the creator of the website Around the Home. Shirley and her husband Stephen, right, who live just down the road from Malcolm, so it is keeping it in the family here.
And here we go with something you had parked on the side.
Okay, so now you can drop that out if you want, because I want to know what's in the back end of yours. For with the Be Live TV, we can do live shopping. And what I've done is this is actually a first, so you're seeing it here first. I have hooked up some specials. Now, I did actually work with Shirley a couple of days ago, because as a consultant and with an affiliate link to this amazing website of Around the Home.
Sorry.
You can. I'll just pop this out of view. There we go. So as a consultant with an affiliate link to Around the Home, I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful? Now, Be Live TV offer this live shopping experience for us to be able to do this live. So I've hooked it up with the chat bot, and what we've got is a couple of things loaded into the back end. Roz is nodding that they're ready to go. I think we'll start with the, can we start with the salt lamp?
The funny thing is...
okay, maybe not.
No, the way, and I'll bring it in and you'll see I have got the link that will be showing in the chat stream. You'll get the link there, but I have got them in an order that I'm not sure if I can just pick and choose.
Okay, all right.
I can do it to the salt lamp first. Let me see. We'll see. So that's going there. I'm going to, I don't know if
Yay!
Oh, I know. Right. I have actually tried it myself before.
All right. So now, Roz, can you just share my screen?
That's got to be, that one there's got to be like that to see all the details. I haven't put prices because I didn't know what they were.
No, so what we're doing here.
That is yours.
Okay, so now we have them all on screen. So the image there was the salt lamp, and it had a link attached with a bit.ly link, which Roz is going to just pop up on the screen now.
That one.
Yeah.
And the bit.ly link should be in the live stream chat now.
Yeah.
If I send this to the next one that's I can't remember.
No, Roz, I haven't finished. Can you just bring us all back up, please?
Yes. So it's,
I don't like not having control.
No, I know, and it needs to be that you know what the way that this live sales works.
So the thing is, this is the first time I've done this, and it's like, I feel like it's doing, have you ever done the leadership training and done the trust walk where you're blindfolded and roped to the person next to you?
I have, yes.
And you've just got to make sure that, so I absolutely trust you.
And we work through this together, and we're doing it low. We're learning out loud all together. So this is well, as Roz said, the live shopping, and the screen that she showed us before was connected to the Bitly link, which is also now it's got ATH salt lamp. Now what you'll find is if you go to that, if you click on that link, that will take you directly to a message inside of your messenger, and that will give you a special code if you want to buy a salt lamp. So now I've got this here so I can show you a little bit more. It's $69 for the 5 kilo Himalayan salt lamp, rock crystal with a dimmer switch as well, and this will give you, let me see if I can get that in screen there, some ideas of, and this is really consistent with, our permaculture, the card readings, the lifestyle expo. So salt lamps are, the healing properties of salt lamps are well known. As here we go, here's a few things. It purifies air, it improves your sleep, it decreases stress, reduces allergies, improves breathing, and increases energy. And so this is a 3 to 5 kilo Himalayan salt lamp, and it is here on Around the Home for, you'll see here, $69. Now I've worked with Shirley to provide a special coupon code for you to get a percentage off. And I've popped the code inside of Messenger. So if you'd like to have a look, it's either 8%, 5%, or 3%. So it's a bit of a lucky dip. And you will see you can actually will give you the code. So if you click on the link, it will take you to Messenger, and it will actually give you the link. You can click on the link and it will take you directly to the page where you can purchase your Himalayan salt lamp, and you can also put in the coupon code that is inside of Messenger, and you'll be able to claim a discount. Now the discount is only available for the next 24 hours. So if you want to get that discount, that percentage off, you'll need to do that now. So okay, so that's the Himalayan salt lamp. So what have we got next, Ross? You want to just drop my screen out?
Well, the thing with this is that I can just go to the right and remove that one. Oops, you might have to share your screen. Sorry, I went and removed rather than just hide. Sorry about that. But
and when I was looking through like this, there are over, let me just share this, there are over, screen 2, bear with me one moment, I'm just trying to find the right one.
I'm hoping that I've done all the links correctly as well.
So there are over 10,000 items on this website. It's pretty amazing. Stephen and Shirley, who are locals to South Australia, source only the best products from Australia. So we're Australian distributors, and they've compiled this amazing shopping website called Around the Home. Now, here is one that I've just picked out. I've just picked a couple just to show that there's a huge range of things that you can find. I'll show you the website in a moment. But if you have a look here, this is a ride-on electric car for a kid, and they've got, I'm trying to click on there, and I will go down here and I'll show you this. It's actually a safer ride because it's got gradual acceleration and deceleration to prevent sudden jerks and stops, and it looks like so much fun. So these are really well priced. And what I love about Around the Home products is that there is no shipping. So you can order this. And if you click on this link, the Ride on Truck link, that it says ATH Kids Ride on Truck, it will take you to a Messenger, and it will also give you a code that you can put in either 8%, 5% or 3% discount on that truck. So now is the time to start thinking about what you're going to get for your kiddies or your grandkiddies for Christmas. Now, when I looked at this, I went, oh my God, I think my granddaughter, who will be 2.5 by Christmas time, would absolutely love this. And it's on my list. I've put it on my watch list. I actually am going to get it for her for Christmas, but I think we're going to need a bigger house and a bigger yard because all those kids get so spoiled. So this is amazing, and you'll find that they are comparable prices to top quality. Shirley and Stephen only put the most top quality items on their website, and it's all the distributors are from Australia. So it is actually compilation of goods from within and around Australia. Your postage is free, and you will get most orders are delivered between 5 and 10 days after ordering. But don't leave it to the last minute, because this you can also get a discount on the listed price. Just tap on ATH Kids Ride on Truck, the bit.ly link that is there, and you'll be able to claim a discount. There we go. Thanks, Roz. That link there in the news feed, or in the comments thread below, and you'll be able to claim your percentage discount, which is really, really cool. All right, so the next one, Roz, we have one more that I've prepared earlier. Not that one, this one. Okay, now this is again in keeping with the Lifestyle and Wellness Expo. This is is a diffuser, and I really liked it because it is a 3D LED light oil firework, humidifier and aroma diffuser. Roz,
I just need to mention with this one that it's not the bit.ly link, so you may need to actually put the bit.ly link in there that is that correct one. I just noticed the difference. I'd put the wrong one in the.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. This is real time, isn't it? So let's just let's do that now.
And I just noticed it then, and I thought, well, that's a big long one to put on the screen. Oh, it's not the bit.ly. I've done the wrong one.
Okay, that's all right. We shall. I might have to just open up another tab here, and hopefully I'll pop it straight in the news feed in the comments thread if you would like to have a look at that. Again, this link is linked to the chatbot, and it will deliver a special discount code for you to use if you are in the market for a humidifier and aromatherapy dispenser for your oils. Okay, so it might just come up with the.
Yeah, we do seem to have a bit of a time lag, I've noticed today.
All right, so there we are. So it's an ATH aroma diffuser. Okay.
It looks really good, that. I mean, I liked it when I first saw your photo of it. It looks very nice.
So you can see the price on that. The website price is $72. If you want to have a closer look and grab the coupon code, only available for the next 24 hours, you will get a percentage off. So I'm just going to hop out of there, and I will show you. Let me go back to the studio, Roz, and maybe we'll just do a quick look. They're the only ones that I actually have applied the discount code to. But if you want to have a look, I'm going to maybe just drop my shared screen out for now. Oh, no, I should have done it. And I'll pop my affiliate link in as well, because this is it's pretty amazing. Copy that, and I
find it really interesting, like the different ways that we can actually use this sort of technology and the growing methods to be able to promote what we are wanting to promote. Because I've got a brand new Healy that I've done a little video with that I'm going to actually share after this. And, you know, Leanne's popped in a bit of, I think that's video, or I've created a similar type of a slideshow for Leanne as well, because we knew that she wasn't going to be able to be here through the full day. So those will be something that we'll share as well. And, you know, for anyone else that is still able to let others know that we're still live, I mean, I will do another little section of readings if there's questions coming in. I'll continue doing some of those, and I can finish out and relieve. Well, Adaire, do you want to hang around or you want the time off?
Well, I think what we can do, because we do have the tech issues with the and we don't have our lunchtime entertainment, so I think we will definitely be winding it up early. But I just really think that this what I want to offer, because we have I had the 3 things with the percentage off. If you have a look at this and you want to if you want anything in here, I'm going to invite you to click on any of those links.
Oh, sorry, I'm playing with the buttons again. I didn't want to be the big one. Sorry.
No, I'm going to get dizzy. No, that's all right. So
that's easier.
All right, so let's just go to the shop. If you just want to make this, I'll just give you a quick ticky tour around the shop. They're the only 3 that we've actually got loaded into the website at the moment. But what you'll do is, if you have a look, there are a wealth of toys, of products, of items that you can get from around the home. And if you use my referral link, what you can do is actually just message My Time TV and just say, is there a discount for me? If you do it in the next 24 hours, I will give you a discount on anything that you want to purchase. If there's if any of those things that we've showed you through the live shopping is not what you're looking for, have a look. The link is here in the comments thread. Have a look with my referral link there. It's got Around the Home. Roz, can I just get you to pop that up, please? aroundthehome.com.au/ref/Adaire. And if you click that link, if you find something that you would like and you would like a percentage off, just message mytimetv.live. There's just send a message or click on one of the other links and say, I don't want this, but I would like that, and I will give you a coupon code for that thing that you are looking for. So you'll still be able to claim a discount if you would like to purchase. But this is something, I'm going through this and I'm going, oh my God, look at this. This is exactly, I think, Shirley, how did you know? This is something that I'm looking for my kayak. I love my kayaking, and those who know me know that I do love kayaking. And I take all my stuff out in a Ziploc bag. So this is something that, again, is on my list of things to get. You'll see here when you go to the website, you'll see that there's how many are in stock. So, whoops, there we go. You can see 100 in stock there. It's not working properly, but that's not the website. That's me. And there's also, I'll show you, there's all sorts of things. So the categories are pretty amazing. So you can I think like the categories are huge. Everything from tools to computer to bedding. I've bought microfiber sheets through here. I'd see that there's actually none. Shirley, if you're still watching, let me know when you get the microfiber sheets back, because they are the bomb. You know what I love about the microfiber sheets is that they're not very expensive. They are, one of your best sellers. Really, really a really reasonable price. They are so light and they're easy. If you wash them, you hang them out, and they're dry in 10 minutes. Seriously, you can just wash them and put them back on your bed, and they've got that beautiful fresh sunlight, so even on a day that's not sunlight and you want to get them dry, so you can put them back on your bed. I really love it. So Shirley, let me know when you bring your microfiber sheets back, because I want to get some more. And you can see here there's another style of diffuser. So Roz is saying, love the look of the Boundy diffuser. Any of these things, if you would like to purchase any of these, please do let me know, and I will give you a percentage off as well. So you've got here stackable shoe racks. I'll tell you what, I could have used that a couple of years ago. Hey Shirley, we actually did have some shoes listed on the website when we had shoes in stock that we wanted to keep moving. If you are someone like if you are a makeup artist, or if you are a health and beauty consultant, you can there's a beautiful here portable cosmetic, beautiful makeup trolleys. They're amazing. You can buy gift vouchers as well. And again, if you want to buy gift voucher for that person who has everything and you don't know what to get them, I'm also happy to give a percentage discount on the gift voucher. So please do let me know. Bathroom cabinets, I've got one on the way. I'm not quite sure if it's going to show up here. We've got TVs, hand sanitizer, like everything for around the home. Pretty amazing stuff. So remote computer help. Like Shirley, I suspect this might be you, because she's the bomb at doing computing and that type of thing. So there's a whole range of different things. Have a look through the website yourself. Why is Roz smirking like that? I'm going to remove that from the source.
Because I wasn't actually intending to come up to actually be before, but I am now. So yes.
I'm actually trying to put this up on the screen.
That's what I was doing. A huge range of variety. I've got the phone down here because my computer is stressing over, and I don't know why, because I've got only the one window of Be Live here.
Yeah, well, let's just have a look there. So Shirley's saying she'll check our supplies. Things move quickly. They really do. So if you do decide that you want anything, have a look at the affiliate link. Message me on in the mytimetv.live messenger, or you can and then tell me what you want to purchase, and I will give you a percentage coupon that you can claim a percentage off. Let me know. All right. Well, that's about it for me until you can do your bit, and then I think I've got a couple more things to do for Matthew. And
well, you can continue to do that. I'm just going to put on screen Leanne's promo links. Now, this will do the same thing. Yep. This will do the same thing as what Adaire had just shown us. It's just a different list of things that are going to be moving through. And Leanne does actually have a really good membership section in her website. So this is where you actually go to. That's what the link will take you to, is to becoming a member. Unfortunately, the foundation membership has since finished, and it is the $85 a year, I think that one is, isn't it? Yeah. So it is worth it. You do get specials off, and the Wednesday night live stream that she does with readings is through, I think she's doing it through the Be Live, but the people that come in are the members, and then other readings are done after the members have had their, I'd say a dip, but it's not really quite like that. So the next one that she's given is also part of what her products are, and especially since the energy around what's happening at the moment, it really does need that sort of cleansing effect. We're needing that support for a cleansing effect around us. Sage is one of the most recognised and useful for clearing your energy in the space around you. So I know for myself that it's a really good, effective spray. I do saging using the actual grandfather sage in a bowl. So that's how I use it. But the spray, if you can't light sage itself, whether it's a danger around other people or people don't like the smoke, the spray is really, really effective in clearing energies. And then she has got one that's called the Letting Go spray, so that it just releases any of those blocks around you. I personally don't know the actual ingredients in these, what oils are in them, but they certainly would be really good quality, because I know that Leanne does use only the best quality for her sprays and that type of thing. And we've got Taylor and Charlene saying hi. Well, they're not saying hi, they've popped in. Alina, you have. So thank you for popping in again. So very useful. I mean, they're the purse size, I think. Actually, I didn't check to see what size the bottles are with these ones for that price, but it'd be good value. I know that. And here we have, I think this is the last one in the list that I've been able to put up for Leanne, is the reducing the anxiety. I mean, so many have been in that fear mode that the anxiety levels really are pretty high at the moment. Let it go and then reduce the anxiety so it doesn't keep coming back. I mean, it's all that we can do to the best to support ourselves, we should be doing. It is our responsibility to look after ourselves first. So okay, so there you go. Adaire, is there something you can do there, please, in the background? So we've got a different style. You'll see. I can't do anything here. Do feel free to actually click on what we've got there for going direct to the sites where you can actually purchase these sprays and gain the benefits yourself. So be a wonderful thing to do. Now I'm going to drop that one out, and because it is that sort of promotional side of what we're doing, what I'm going to do, I actually did create a little video around something that I myself have actually purchased in the last while. I purchased it a little while ago and it arrived through this last week. Okay, and it's this. It's a Healy. This is the actual video poster, which I found absolutely intriguing when I accidentally came across this. I didn't realise what it was. I had a box that I was trying to open and I couldn't find out what it was. This is and I'm going to just solo that at the minute. Hang on. Just solo me. I'll move myself off and see if you can hear this. It's a video video card, and it shows up the videos in it.
And Healy is extremely versatile.
I'm just wondering if you can see it, you guys. I was intrigued when I found out.
It's a game changer. It's the first smartphone-controlled wearable that provides easy support in all important areas of your life with the use of frequencies.
Can you hear it loud enough?
Frequencies you need right now. Then the smart wearable applies subtle currents and individualized frequencies to your body via its electrodes. It strengthens your balance and harmonizes imbalances. Fitness, holistic health, and inner and outer beauty.
And then it moves to
120 programs.
different areas. Oh, hang on. I'm not going to play all of this because this is the part that you get as a special treat when you buy one for yourself. I was so intrigued. So this, and it stops itself when you close the cover. I only figured it out. I didn't see what their promotional was when I saw this little itty bitty hole there. But what the heck's that? See that little hole? It takes the cord to charge it when the battery for the actual video player goes flat. I had no idea. But this here is the device. All right. And what I'm going to do is just play this little video because I was just so excited when I got it. So I'm going to do this and let you watch that. It gives me a toilet break. I had a knock on the door just before lunch, and I was really excited to go to the door besides getting the dog to calm down. But because I was just wondering, I had a suspicion after this morning's card readings that I might be getting a parcel. And I have a look here. I'm going to just do a slight reveal. Let's see what I've got, because I know now what it is. I've already opened it. See that? The bag has been opened. Look at it. It's my Healy. I've got it. It arrived. So I'm really, really excited. I had to hold myself in check because I felt that I needed to finish. It was lunchtime. I needed to finish my lunch. Priorities. It is the body, health first with food. And now I'm going to get into the frequencies for life. As you can see there, the Healy is something that is for our wellness, well-being, inner health, outer health, and further beyond. Because it does go into the frequencies. And now I've got the other things beeping, bumping around. So here we have some of the packaging that I'll just get rid of. And we'll continue on, and we'll continue onward, and I should be facing this, shouldn't I? I've got my table over there. So with this, I've got the actual package here that I think is probably the program setup instructions and that type of thing. I'm not sure, but I'm going to reveal it for you guys. And here we are, the health, well-being and balance. And we've got this there. So this is what's come in my package, and I'll uncover this one. Now this one's probably going to be a little bit more awkward, like that. Cookie. I'm opening it, I'm opening it. I'm really enjoying this. Wow, put that in the bin. Look, there's lovely packaging, isn't it? It's gorgeous. And here we have the quick start instructions there. The instructions for use. I know what my afternoon's going to be. And here is the Healy device. Here it is. This is going to be my Healy resonance. So although it's there, I'm not going to do it now because I want to concentrate. I just wanted to unbox it for you lot. God, that's really Aussie, ain't it? I really just wanted to unbox it and get my excitement going. Because here's a better layout of the three things that came in the package, mostly. And I'm just going to uncover this part because there's more. As well as that, and the box there, the lid. Here we have the instructions, the quick start, and the details. I'm just putting them that way. Oops. Let me put it that way, like that. And here we have the actual healing. And what I did was tip it up, and here's all that's in the bottom. So we've even got more. It's the straps and the little pieces that actually go with using this wonderful little device. And it is what seems so small, but wow, how powerful that this is going to be able to help with our own, well, my own well-being. So all of these lovely little bits and pieces are going to go together to actually create a wonderful experience of self-healing. It's just going to allow ease and reduction of pain levels. That's what I know will be the result for me, and I'm looking forward to that. As I'm getting a bit older, that old arthritis is starting to creep in, and I've heard some wonderful results are coming from this device. Hopefully you'll be able to have the same experience when you come to visit me for either a client session or purchasing your own. So anyway, check in with me if you're really feeling led to try it for yourself, to own one, or just to try it when I get it organised to accept clients to use it with. So I'm really looking forward to sussing out the extent of what can be done with this Healy device. Oh, that's a good one. Thanks, Adaire. That's what the shaking head was for. That's okay. I've unmuted now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, what I was describing with the $120 one, it's the hour-ish type session. It just takes what it takes. Some of the treatments with this can be 45 to 50 minutes, and you're just laying on the massage table and relaxing. This 60-minute one, and these can be done as remote sessions as well. So it's not having to have you physically within my space. I can do it when I learn how. This is just so new a discovery for me, having found out about the Healy through a friend who let me know, and just jumping straight in and going for it. As I have the Healy resonance, which can analyze your aura and your energies and suggest treatments, which are a frequency that is generated via these little attachments. But it can be, because it's at that quantum physics level of access, that it can still do what it needs to at that, the distance, the remoteness. It's all to do with quantum stuff, and it's just, for me, a bit too hard to explain it in detail. But that's what is an aura scan or something. So that's that link. Now we can move on. I do the hypnotherapy still. I'm moving back into working from home in a more full-time capacity, and you can visit as the one-on-one person in person, or it can be done via a Zoom meeting. I have done hypnotherapy sessions where that's been able to be the way of treatment, and it works. First visit's always going to be a longer one, so I do have that at a higher price level. And there we have just a consultation that's a mix of everything. So I've been able to put that together as part of what is the Be Live Studio 2, which is what we're using here. And it's just got the versatility, being able to add whatever number of items that you're wanting in a list. I know that with this, whoops, I didn't actually want to put that there again. Oops, sorry, because the link will probably show up again. I don't know for sure. Has my screen refreshed or it's not? This is weird, this what's happening today. It really is. But anyway, it's come up weird. So what? Now I have this one. Did I have? Oh, that's the video I've just played, isn't it? So Adaire, were you wanting to come up with something at the moment, or you're not quite ready? So can you put a thumbs up so I know if you're ready or not? Yes. Okay. I missed looking. I was over in the chat stream. And you're unmuted? No. Oh, dear. So as much as technology is absolutely wonderful, there is still needing for us as the operators to actually have the right buttons clicked and unclicked, isn't it? So it looks like I might need to do that.
Thank you.
Is that because I muted you to start with?
How about a music?
It was me.
Great big long slurp of my water.
Oh, look,
So I apologise to anyone who heard that. But
again too.
that's live broadcasting for you, isn't it? So just a couple of
Second microphone, you're echoing. Sorry, I had to say that because it's actually loud.
It's still on the right mic.
I'll
just turn the volume down a little bit. It may be I do have tabs open, but I guess I won't.
a Facebook tab, so I don't think it was.
I'll shut them, Ross. You might have to just pop in the links. What have you got? Okay, is that better?
No. Bugger.
I'm going to refresh.
Okay, you do that. So,
do a bit of song and dance, and I'll be back in just a moment.
So while Adaire is refreshing, I do have some other little ones now. I do have the Egyptian. I'm going to just pop these ones up because I can. I do readings as well, of course, and that's just under my Boundy psychic medium type bit. And this would be links that are actually on the Hypnosis Plus website as well. So they're just going to populate and pop up in that chat stream as well. So it makes it very convenient for anyone that is wanting to do a shopping style of show to interact and connect with those that they're trying to reach. I think it's a wonderful option, isn't it? And now we'll pop, then there's the Egyptian Oracle card. It's not cards. This one's actually tiles. And I don't think that actually comes up with a photo of the tiles. Didn't. And the Lenormand deck, the Grand Tableau. I'm loving doing this reading. It is so much detail in this. It's amazing. I really love doing them. The more that I'm doing, the better information it's that I'm able to glean from it to actually give in a reading. I think it's fantastic. So that was my little side thing there, and we'll bring Adaire back up because she is back after her refresh.
And let's see if that's working. How is it?
Yes, still sounding a bit echoey, but we'll continue on.
All right. Well, I will make it very fast because we're just about to the end of the wire at the moment, aren't we? Yeah. So, yes, a couple of things. Just wanted to shout out to Matthew Greenwood from Matthew Greenwood Spiritual Journeys. I have been working with Matthew for the better part of this year to bring him online with his amazing shamanic practices and teachings. He does have a live fireside chat, which is on every Thursday night. It's on mytimetv.live, but it's also on his page, Matthew Greenwood Spiritual Journeys. And last week he talked about galactic beings, and it went off like a fire. I tell you what, it was pretty amazing, some of the questions that we've got. So we are now making that into a blog, and then we're having part 2 come up next Thursday for galactic beings, and there's some fascinating stuff. So if you are interested in any of that, please do tune in at 7 o'clock on, that's Australian Central Standard Time, on Thursday nights to see the broadcast. The other thing that Matthew does is has a fortnightly meditation. So it's an online meditation called Meditation with Matthew. Do you have that loaded?
No, I don't. So where are we? Where am I looking for that to actually load it?
That's okay. I will pop that if it's not. I'll pop the links into the thread.
So you'll do that.
Yeah, I'll put the links. Yeah, okay. So there was because I've closed all my. I can't even share my screen with it because I've closed everything. So.
Oh no, that hasn't frozen again, has it? This technology is really.
She's back. I don't know if that was her or me. It looks like I have one red bar. So
I've only got 2.
Yeah. So Yeah, I tell you what, it's like we're very persistent, aren't we? You know, when all the odds are stacked against us, you know, we're persevering, and that was actually one of the things that Mark Holden said after I did the Rotary project with him with the Rotary clubs from across South Australia, and he said, "You are so persistent. That's one thing that's going to get you through, because when all, you know, when everyone else was going, not playing, said you pushed through," and that was something that we was really impressed about that. So I keep saying, well, give me a pat on the back for that one. So I'll just keep going. We'll plug on, won't we? Yeah. So, all right. So the Monday night meditation is done inside of a Facebook group, and it is meditation with Matthew. I'll pop the link in the moment into the comments, and you can join for free if you want to be just part of the meditation and experience the benefits of having a regular meditation, going deep and connecting with your spirit guides and getting messages. If you would like to have your meditation interpreted and have messages from your spirit guides expounded upon and more feedback from Matthew himself, there is a small donation payable, sort of 5, 15, 25, you know, or your own amount that you would like to pay, and that's available. The links are available inside of the community, so you can join live in a Zoom room. And the reason why it is so very, very affordable is because we do group, and Roz is laughing. Sorry. No, she's not sorry.
I'm trying to do something surreptitiously on the side, and it's not
working.
I was trying. Yeah, no, it wasn't. So I wasn't meaning to interrupt at all. So sorry about that. I should have dropped myself out.
Okay, come on. No, that's all right. Just stay here. I'm nearly finished. So, so the other thing that I'd like to share with what Matthew's doing is he's got an online course coming up. So if you don't live, there's a couple of offline courses as well coming up, and I'll share with those. But the online course, if you're not in Adelaide, really, really exciting, is it's called Aura, Chakras and More, the journey into the human energy field. So that's starting at the beginning of October. And if you are interested at all in learning around the energy fields and how it affects us and impacts our daily lives, then definitely sign up for that course, because that is 2.5 hours once a week, where we look at each, or we, the royal we, that's Matthew, who is, I think he's actually off experiencing Crawford Forest this weekend, so otherwise he would be with us. But he's so he will go into each chakra, what it means, and he's said from his past experience in people doing these types of courses is that what happens is we have ample time from week to week, an ample opportunity. Apparently the universe provides us with ample opportunity to implement what we know around, what we find out around what's blocking us and what's holding us back, and then working through that in the course the following week. And that's been his experience, is it hasn't been a just learn it and then forget it. It's actually very experiential, and it's a healing course as well as a learning course. So very highly, I cannot wait to do it. So we're starting beginning of October. I'll pop the link into that. He's also got level 1 and level 2 shaman workshops coming up, and drum making, and a body workshop coming up later in the year, which is like the shaman level 3. So I'll pop all those details. They're all offline, and they are taking place at Burnwood in the Adelaide Hills area. So if you are in that vicinity, do look at going and doing the live ones. And here's just between you and me, Roz, I've booked my flights. I'm coming back to Adelaide, as I said when I was talking to Malcolm, and I'm going to contact Matthew and say, hey Matthew, can we take a little group of people to Mount Crawford Forest after our conversation around the galactic beings? And he was saying that Mount Crawford Forest is the most Excuse
Access.
me.
So you've got a visitor?
Not anymore, I don't. I love her very much. However, anyway, I'm going to see if we can organise a little expedition to Mount Crawford Forest, because we've been talking about portals and we're talking about galactic beings, and I think it's going to be a very, very exciting time. So the energy is definitely there at the moment. So watch the space, folks. And we'll pop the links into the comments so you'll be able to book into any of those courses, and you'll also be able to stay tuned for what's coming up.
And I think it would be
the
most perfect weather, I think, too, coming up. Well, today is a perfect day. He's got a good weekend. He's doing stuff at Mount Crawford Forest. Yeah. So, yeah, what was it that you mentioned just then that I talked over you, didn't I? Oh, dear.
I said that's it for me, and I'll bow out now, Roz. If you wanna play us out, we'll line up the. So thank everybody for joining us. This is it's been really good, and it's not been without its challenges, or one of the hosts. It was my turn last time, and I'm hoping that we can. So it is one of those things. We get points for persistence. So thank you all for joining us. And if you are here for the replay, thank you for joining us for the replay as well.
Thank you very much, Adaire. And even, for Leanne, for Jay, for Malcolm, it's so unfortunate that the Borderers couldn't make it because of the technology, but it's the technology that we've got that actually is allowing us to be here as it is anyway. Right. Regardless, we'll move with what we've got.
That's right.
So thank you, Adaire. I'll release you by putting you back into the staging, and have a wonderful day for the rest of it. Thank you very much. Bye. Now, what I'm going to do to just finish off, I felt that it probably did need a little calming of the energies after having it really does take a bit of energy to actually put together in the back streams, back end, back office, whatever you want to call it, as far as this style of event goes. Live streaming, as much as I just love it and can quite easily get on and just do it, this level does take some organising, so the stress levels do rise a bit. So because I didn't manage to get my time this morning, even though we're on mytimetv.live, I have got my little device that I'm going to spend some time with, and I just realised I left the door open. I'm going to actually spend some time with my Healy shortly. And what I felt that I wanted to actually finish on was playing a little bit of the flute just to complete the session that we've had. It's been wonderful to join in with everyone that's participated in the audience and everywhere. And what I was actually trying to muck around with was this camera stand, so that what I could do was actually move this camera to a different position, so that what you are going to be seeing as I'm playing is hopefully this vista. And if it doesn't work, I'll switch back, but I'll play out to this flute. And thank you so much for being part of this show as an audience, participants in whatever way that you have been present with us. This is my front garden view, and I'm trying to get it so that it's not going floppy. And so just bear with me a little bit, because I've got to get that actually sitting at the right spot, and it's not going to. Up there. Oh, now you got the eaves. Hang on. I wanted it to be in just the right spot. Now it's not going to. Let me have a looky cookie. What can I do? We got a nice view? Have we got a nice view or what? Is it? That's good enough, isn't it? So I'm just going to play out to this lovely view of my front yard at the moment. So thank you for being here, everyone. And I'll take that off and close our session.